All right, guys. Hopefully this one works. Don't see it up on YouTube yet. There it is. All right, now I found it. Tell you, getting rusty at this stuff. And since I didn't get home in time, let's share this out. Hey, Fox, what you doing, Yo-Yo? I'm gonna put the link. How you guys doing tonight? Fox, you want to come up? Is that a no? Hey, Spicy, what's going on, man? I'm going to share this out quick. Hey, Grace, how's it going? Hey, Grace. Oops. How's it going? Hey, Paula, how's it going? Good to see you. Time to get some people in here. So, guys, if you don't know, you can share this out on Instagram way, and it is 10 times quicker, faster. Good to see you. Hey, North Shore. Sean, you want to come up? What's shaking? Chilling before bed. Hey, Heaven's Essentials, how's it going? Good to see all you guys in here. Yeah, Sean or Paula or Fox, you guys want to come up here? See my new live streaming software? Come on up. How's everybody doing tonight? I just got off of work, Heaven's Essentials, and I was running late. I was supposed to have all this already set up. All right, Sean, links in the chat, man. Of course, you were sound asleep when I wanted you to see you go out and forth. Lay down. So what is everybody up to tonight for a wonderful Monday? What you up to, Paula? Shh, quiet. Go lay down. It is for the library. This should get you into the new live streaming software that I'm using. So, wait a minute. Never mind. You're right. You're right, Fox. Grabbed the wrong one. Don't do that one. Use this link. You guys get to see your new stuff or use that one. Camping this weekend, Grace? That's awesome. Hey, Shawnee, how's it going? Yeah, the winds are really howling over here, too. All right, Sean and Fox, them links are changed. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. No, quit you bugging me. All right, we got an Northshore that popped in.
Ah, is this thing working?
No?
Is this thing working?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hey, how you doing, Mark?
Pretty good. Wow, look at your camera now.
Well, my same old camera. It really looks the same. A little lopsided, but it seems to film straight.
It's in 1080 now.
Oh. Okay. I don't know. I'm dumb when it comes to filmmaking and photography and YouTube and all those kinds of other things.
Hey, Jess, a link is up in there in the top. The link for the link if you want to hop in here. Yeah, this is a new software that been talking about, and $10 cheaper than Streamlab and StreamYard, and you get 1080.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, it was something Melon app or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was a little different to key through to jump on. You know, same sort of business, but
yeah, it's exactly the same. You just get some real cool stuff. Who else is in here? Fox is in here.
Almost forgot to mute my YouTube.
There's Foxy.
There's Foxy.
No, I didn't call you Foxy.
Fox it. So hang on, guys. I got to go let this one out. He finally woke up. Come on.
All right, no problem. Yeah, I'm not calling you Foxy, Cliff, because you're not Foxy.
Nope. I mean,
you know that, right?
Look at this mess. I mean, come on.
Look at this hot mess.
Hot, wet mess, because I just got out of the shower like 15 minutes ago.
How you doing, bro?
I am doing all right. Just sitting here.
How's your weather?
How you doing? Hot.
I'm all right. I'm chilling out. I was really just kicking back, watching stuff, getting ready to go to bed, and I saw Mark pop up, and it's like, okay, well, I'll have a look. And then he's like, oh, anybody want to jump up? And I'm like, yeah, all right, fuck, sure. Pardon my language.
Screw it. Ooh, hey, look, we can get the chat on this side. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, how do you get that? Oh, show chat. Okay, I see. Boom. Disco. We are in business. Jeep Girl. That's all I see. Jeep Girl, that's
Got
it.
my YouTube side.
Oh,
Lone Star Beer Reviews. Hey, buddy, how's it coming?
Private chat.
What's up, Lone Star?
Stream. Is that Lone Star Pioneer in here?
Lone Star Beer Review.
Lone Star Beer. I've seen him around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Spicy channel.
Bet he's drinking beer in Texas.
Yep.
How you doing, Lone Star?
Oh man, this kind of sucks. We can't write anything in the chat, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you can if you click over on the private chat, by the look of it.
Yeah, but that's the only way. We can't interact with the main chat.
I'm in stream chat right now.
That.
I can write whatever I want.
Well, maybe because you're the host, Mark.
I don't know. I just clicked on a stream chat and the window popped up.
Yeah, well, it's literally.
You got to flip between the two of them there.
It says.
Go ahead.
Squash.
I didn't say nothing.
You said on the bottom it said.
Oh. Down on the bottom of the thing, it says sending messages is only supported by the host.
I forgot
Hello,
somebody.
Keto Homestead.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Jess.
Hey.
What's shaking?
Yeah, this one's way different.
It's not way different. It's a lot
Nothing.
better.
Just checking out this new screen. This is crazy looking.
I think it looks all right.
Lady
Yeah,
K's
everything's
got
good on mine.
Ginger Ninja. How's it going? Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't seen, the new join button is down on the bottom, so it's all set up for you guys now. There's people who are asking about that.
Ugh. My chat does not want
I
to
can't
scroll.
see it here. Must be able to see it on your stream, I would think.
Yeah.
Who are these dudes? Ah!
There she
Almost
is.
dropped my eggs.
Yeah, I've been helping everybody else get their channel numbers up, and I'm like, I better start doing something on mine.
For sure. For
Oh,
sure.
that's funny. He hasn't helped me get my numbers up.
Hey, Red, thank you so much for becoming a member. There you go.
Hey,
there
Camp
you are.
Patton.
What?
Camp Patton just squeezed in.
Hey, Gil. Hey, Lady Casca.
Gil says, hey, I'm on Courtney's panel. I seen you guys are on, but I'm just like, I got to start working some hours. So, right back.
Northern Girl.
Hello, Dr. Pepper.
What's up, dude? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Northern Girl. What's up, dude? I wasn't pointing at Jess. We should go fishing. Me and Northern Girl.
Scroll.
What are you shot at, Cliff? Oh, happy Easter.
Oh, I got bags of these things. I buy like 4 and 5. I buy like four up. Bleh. Let me try that again in English. I buy them 4 at a time when they go on sale.
Yeah, that's the way to roll. Oh, red burning fires. There you are.
Bleh.
Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah.
dude? How's it going, WD Glock?
If you guys don't know Mark's channel, Rolling Homestead here, got deep, extensive knowledge of wild edibles and, outdooring in winter and bushcraft, stuff like that. Massive, massive knowledge.
No, Jeep Girl, this isn't shine. This is just regular water. I just got off of work.
What are you working so late for, Mark?
I'm
About normal.
I'm a second shifter. I actually am running late because I had it all built up, and then they didn't want to coexist and talk to each other, so I had to start over.
Oh,
So it kind of stunk. And then, of course,
Gotcha.
the dogs usually want to go out, and then the other one didn't want to get up when I wanted to go out, let them go out. So, and like 5 minutes later, they want to go out. Pain in the butt.
gotta love dogs.
So,
Hey,
ladies,
Grace.
the only wild edibles you know is dandelion and plantain. Well, stick around, you'll learn a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
So we got hopefully, Sean, I got Faith talked into doing an interview with me and Gray and Jess. So that should be interesting.
Who you got talked into with that?
Faithful Prepper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Good.
that's coming up, and guys, we're going to be doing a 4-day or 4-time podcast with talking about the wild edibles. I've been talking about that for a while. I just got to get with Gray to figure out when we're going to set that all up. We get a bunch of cool stuff to give away on that one.
Man, YouTube
Hey,
chat's like
Finland.
about a minute behind.
Mm-hmm. That's why
Yes,
I like using this one because this one's almost instant.
It's nice to see you getting out there, Mark, and doing some interviews and getting some other people involved and getting your name out there because your channel is one that I've been shouting out longer than pretty much anyone else's. Just because of your knowledge base, right? Not to mention you're like decent folk, right?
Yeah.
Decent human beings, right? So
Thank you for that, buddy. Yeah, we we were sitting back for a long time, and I was taking it easy, but we're back, and we're going to hit it hard and go from there. We got seeds starting to come up here. That's going to be seed planting pretty quick. If it was to be tornado weather, I could start flying some drones too. So,
What are you planting, Mark, that might be out of the ordinary?
dinosaur kale this year.
Hey, Shawnee.
Dinosaur kale.
Wait a minute, why was Dr. Pepper timed out?
Those are going to get...
Stupid. I still got Streamlabs hooked in here. We're going to fix that, Dr. Pepper. You're not timed out. You're a mod now.
You get new tea in there.
I got to go in there and take out Streamlabs yet. Back in the old days, I got to get rid of that welcome sign because that's right over his face.
Yeah. It's actually helping me because you can't see me eat.
Well, we can't be doing
Hi,
that.
Heaven's Essential.
No! I'm almost out of these anyway. We've got like 7 left.
Hey, can I have one?
You guys, actually, that chat is instant on this side. What are
Hey,
you
Gardener
doing?
Josh. I just keep seeing you everywhere tonight, huh?
Gardener Josh.
What's up, Josh?
Cool.
Shawnee was saying that she's trying to grow the dinosaur kale as well this year.
Is there anything special to do with that, aside from regular kale?
I have no idea. It's the first time that I got it, but I've seen some enormous kale come off of dinosaur kale. So I'm just thinking that it needs to be high in nitrates just like other kale would be. And let her go in the spring and the fall and see what it'll do.
Yeah, does she prefer full sun or full shade or mix of both or morning sun?
Most of mine has liked, some of it was picky because on the one in the garden, in the raised beds, that's in direct full sun all the time. It seems like they did all right in the springtime months, but as soon as the heat hit, they shut down and shut off, and they didn't do anything until fall. Now the other ones that are in the big garden there that has the tomatoes blocking some of the sun because they got that big trellises and everything set up out there, those do a lot better. So.
Now,
Well, I guess
I was wondering with the dinosaur kale if it's going to be a lot stronger of a taste because it's more dense. Like I usually grow the curly kale and the Russian kale, and it's more of a lighter, kale. So I'm wondering if the dinosaur kale will be a stronger flavor to it.
What'd you do, Fox?
Just turned off my camera.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try. I do red Russian kale also, and I do the, not the curly one, but the bigger leaf that they curl in kind of, and they grow. I don't know if that's curly leaf or not. They do really well. But this year I've been always wanting to find that dinosaur kale, so I'm kind of anxious to start that and see how that works out.
I wonder,
Yeah, you'll have to try.
is kale better to plant in like later into summer and fall? Because I understand it's a fairly hardy cold weather crop.
It is. It likes it colder. Like last year, I think I was on Jess's live the other night. Hey, Emily. Thanks for coming in here. I was telling that we actually like it in the springtime. Like as soon as I can get work in the soil, I get them in there, and they shoot up and they go. And then same thing in the fall. But what I was told is with dinosaur kale, it kind of snubs itself out in the heat of summertime. It won't grow as fast as it normally does, but then it picks back up in the wintertime or in the late fall. So which is going to be really cool.
It's like the reverse of a tree.
If like radish is also happy to be a colder weather crop too, right? And I mean, like last year I planted my radish first of spring, when we can plant up here, basically first weekend of June. and I just directly sowed the seeds, right? No big deal because it's a fairly quick crop. But we had no spring here at all last year. We had like 2 days of spring, and then it was 30 degrees for 100 days, and all my radishes bolted.
Mine did that too, and I was like, and they were actually in the kind of in the shade. But my my mustard leaf was enormous. It loved it.
Okay.
My Swiss chard loved it. Kale loves it. My arugula loves it. So
I had great success last year as well with Swiss chard. Tomatoes were insane. Lettuces all did very, very well. Peppers absolutely went stupid.
Hey, Stuart.
Yeah,
good to see you, WB Glock and Roll. I couldn't blame the Brady Jeep girl. Couldn't blame it. I couldn't figure out if we want to have her on the top, or if we want to be it. Never mind, I could go the wrong way.
Bad mark.
Bad mark. Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. I was like, I'm actually thinking about going through some of them seeds in great detail and like, picking somebody's brains, because I do have a lot of my normal heirloom seeds that I use, and just like my rattlesnake beans, I use them every year. My cucumbers are the same. They're Frenchies. All my peppers are always the same. So this year's going to be a little bit different using these different kind of heirlooms. I think I showed them off one time. There's a package of eggplant, which I've never planted because I can't stand eggplant.
I've grown eggplant.
What?
Too, and I will. The hell with my internet today, apparently.
You're all lucky uppy there, Cliff.
Hey, cooking on the farm. There's the one. Why don't you? I'm going to throw this link in here because I would like to get you up here on this live stream.
Hey, cooking on the farm.
So I can get your new channel out here, and I told you that I would do it. And I like putting people on the spot, but I'm sorry. We do have Jess up here, so you won't be so shy.
About the only thing I'll ever use eggplant for is work.
I don't know. My grandma made them back in the day, and I'll tell you what, I wasn't real happy. But I'm thinking if I do some of my cooking styles, maybe it'll be different.
Yeah, I am planting eggplant this year, and I haven't had it since I was a little kid, so we'll see. I didn't like it back then. I'm going to see if I can find a way to cook it that I'll like it. We'll see.
I don't like what's the other one?
You were going to say arugula, weren't you?
And I just can't stand okra in the store that breaded or anything like that, but I had some that was fresh picked and fried up and garlic and butter and salt and pepper, and it was awesome. So I'm hoping that, but I can never get okra to grow right here.
Yeah,
No,
Gardner
you
Josh said
grow in
eggplant
Oklahoma.
Parmesan. That I want to try to make.
Well, when you figure that out, Survival Prepper 9, hey man, good to see you. We're going to plant okra, kale, yellow squash. Awesome.
So my understanding, what you got to do with the eggplant, now correct me if I'm wrong because I've never done this, but however I do have a culinary background, but with eggplant, if you're going to do a Parmesan or something out of it, what I think you got to do is salt the heck out of it to draw the water out of it, just so that it doesn't become mushy when you fry it.
There's not that much water in eggplant.
Stick some salt on a slice of it.
Survival Prepper says frying the eggplant like you would do green tomatoes, and we really like fried green tomatoes, so I'll have to try that.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
And Heaven says, nice, Grace. Oh, she's talking about, I pulled my kale up because it was a jungle, but I'm sure it would have bolted if I wouldn't have done that. Yeah. I'm going to grab 45. Things are getting weird.
Even my lettuces bolted on me last year. Just from the heat. It was just the heat last year was incredible. And, what they're talking about here for Ontario anyways, for this year is a warmer than normal spring. And so far, we're into March here, and we've had some temperatures into the 60s, okay? Which is
getting warm up there for you guys.
Yeah, that's high. That's not unheard of, but for March, that's good and warm.
Maybe then with this having that ability, because I heard the same thing that we're supposed to have a hotter than normal season this year, and we're supposed to have a little drier season, which in some cases having that dry season is really good for the hot peppers because hot peppers love the heat. They love to be dry. That's when you get your good hot, smoking hot peppers. So that'll be good for my reapers and my scorpions and all those other stuff. But I'm hoping
I still can't get reapers to germinate. Like every time I've tried, they haven't done anything.
Really?
Yeah, I keep failing on my reapers. For some reason, I've got the 7 pots went. My Trinidad's worked. I got those ones going. But the plant's only like this big.
Red Burning Fire says, LOL eggplant is what I'm making for dinner right now. Well, how you make yours? How do you do it? Because that would be really cool. And guys, if you haven't seen, if you just jumped in here new to the chat, the join button is up and running now. There's people always asking me. So you see Red Fire's green with the Rolling Homestead icon. There's some cool stuff that I had helped drawing. So some of the emojis on there are pretty funny. So I had Jess helping me. That was why.
It's good to get help because no one knows everything, right?
Ugh. If I got help, whoever helped me would need a shrink after I was done.
Cliff, I just barely know you, and I need a shrink.
Hope you find a good one, because, you all sorts of messed up now.
Go check out Fox It Outdoors, guys.
Yes, Dr. Prepper, I do have the video out on how to make apple cider vinegar. I think I got a couple of them out.
Mark's going to make me gag saying that word.
Cooking Arm, just hit a link that Mark posted. Yeah, and then you can join on the panel up here. Oh, maybe she's talking about the join button you were talking about, Mark.
Yeah, I just clicked the
member?
join. Yeah, members join button, Cooking on the Farm. Yeah, that's right on the bottom, right next on the bottom of the video there.
Okay, call me Via saying the same thing I said about the eggplant, salt it, and then extract the water. But like I said, I've never done it before, so it's good to hear from somebody who may have done it,
Yeah.
Okay, Heaven's Essentials is saying the same stuff, so. Now, what you don't want to do with a piece of chicken or anything like that, if you're going to go ahead and make chicken parmesan, is you don't want to chicken or veal. You don't want to season your meat first. You want to season your flours and your breading coatings, and season after it comes out of the fryer. Because when you put that salt on there, it will draw water out of it and make it not as crisp.
Tribal Prepper says he's been gardening for 50 years. That's awesome, man.
Wow.
Got it dry, yeah. Okay, thank you. I can't see who said that, but I appreciate that.
Call Me Billy wants to know, North, where are you in Ontario?
I'm on the north shore of Lake Ontario, 1 hour east of Toronto. About a mile and a half north of the lake.
Yes, if I really wanted to, or Google Maps. I did that with freaking Johnny the other night, and I straight ousted like right where he lived on accident. I wasn't even trying.
Like Cliff over here is a doxer.
Yeah.
No, dude, I remember like specific things that he told, like he'll mention in chat, like when you're talking to him, and I just happen to remember them, and seeing all the times that he's gone from his house to the beach.
Yeah.
I kind of like more or less chose a location that was, relatively close, that looked like it'd be about a 20-minute walk. And
Well, you know what, Cliff?
Nailed it.
He always puts up, we are right here on the map, and we are going here. Johnny does, right?
Yeah.
So he always puts a little dot on the map where he is. Or
yeah, but that little dot is...
So Courtney
Yeah,
came
it's a bad
out cooking on the farm. She says she's on her phone.
It's her husband. It's not her.
Oh,
Or wait.
yeah. If you're watching it on your phone, just scroll down a little bit, and then just where it says Rolling Homestead, and it says subscribe and all that. Right next to it's a blue button that says
Hey,
join.
Tyler.
Hey, Tyler. Hey, buddy. How's it going?
That's how to join the join, not join the chat.
That's join. That's join the join. That's not join the live stream.
What if somebody wants to join the live stream? Maybe that's what they're getting at.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to join the live stream, but he said it's David, Rachel's husband, and he says he's at work too, so.
Hey, Emily.
Well, what up?
Hello, Newman Outdoors.
Good to see you, Newman.
Fishes and Loaves is in here. Good to see you.
Newman.
That's why I said there's a lot of new people in here. There's going to be a lot more new people that are becoming in Shawnee.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So the time that I had off, I've been, I don't know if I should name that YouTube surfing or what, but I've been doing a lot of jumping around.
Yeah, it's YouTube surfing.
I call it prepper clubbing.
Corbin, there we go. There's a good one.
But it's not just preppers. It's outdoorsmen, and it's homesteaders, and it's survivalists, and, fisher people and off-grids people. There's many good facets to all of them, and they're all interlinked.
Yeah, if you guys are actually into the whole live streaming thing, this is a new software I keep talking about. 1080p and cheaper than the other one.
Looks like it's called Melon app.
Melon app, yep. I do have a link because I'm affiliated with them, so you get 5 days on me, so you get the pro version 5 times or 5 live streams. You get the whole thing.
Yeah,
Tyler would push that.
Phil was working on this one for a while, like 2 weeks ago. He was checking it out.
I like it. I like the better quality. I like the bigger boxes that you can compared to StreamYard.
Mark, on your end, can you see like how long you've been on and how many people are in your chat?
I see that on my YouTube side.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if you could see it on this side, like you can on StreamYard.
Right now it says that we had 247 comments in chat. I'm sure I could if I would look at the stuff. Edit screen.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people didn't like it because of the comments. When you would pop up a comment, it would screw some other stuff up. So like here I can show, let's see how this works here. We're going to throw Tyler's up. So we put Tyler's up there and it would block, it's blocking your box right now. What if I switch the boxes around?
Yeah, Tyler's been busy working on vehicles.
Nope.
Oh, that's even worse.
Doing it.
Does anyone grow grapes for eating, not the wine kind? There's a question. I'm not. I think I can't see who asked that question. Planting around your deck to get a harvest year one. No, you wouldn't get a harvest year one.
Yeah, free handy.
You're looking at probably 3 years. That was Shawnee that asked that. I think you're looking at a minimum of 2 or 3 years before you start getting a deal in my state, because it is too hot and dry. Those plants would fry.
So yeah, Shawnee, Free Handy has tried the Melon app. Yeah, it blocks their guests. They've been writing to me and asking me questions on there, so I'm hoping. You got to remember that there's only 1,600 people right now that are using this app.
Wow.
So it's fair. It's relatively new. It's coming off of. It's another thing for Streamlab. So. Grace.
No, just don't flood your Jeep again, Tyler.
How's the van coming?
I think he's got it completed. Or more or less complete.
Cool.
What is this app? What is this thing?
What?
It's called Melon App.
It's called Melon App.
Okay.
But just wait, if you want to try it out, I'll just send you to my link.
Okay.
MELONAPP.com.
Yeah, but I got a free link so you guys can try it out for free.
Yeah, my hands are tied anyways. My cell phone's dead, and this laptop, I can't open extra tabs or it'll crash the whole thing.
That's what's cool about the Melon app, and that's what I really enjoyed and what got me thinking about it is for those people that have a hard time with their computers or they have a bad bit rate or upload speed and they're always buffering. What's cool with the Melon app and this streaming software is you just go into their servers and they take it over. So you're using their bit rate, you're using all of their power, so you're not taking any strain on your computer whatsoever, which is really cool.
Okay.
I'm just learning all this stuff. I haven't done StreamYard or anything like that.
Cool, Tyler. I'm glad it works out good. Glad you got your Jeep back, too. That's awesome. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper wants to know, Sean, why is it always 12 where you're at? So you can want to explain the Doomsday Clock?
Nah, Cliff can do that.
Make me do it.
This clock here, it's never 12 o'clock. It's always 20 seconds to 12. This is my Doomsday Clock. We are late into the 11th hour. And we're not at midnight yet, but we're close. And this is just a reminder that we're late into the 11th hour. So it's a reminder. Every time I see it, it's a reminder to me to prepare something. Like, what more could I do? You know, like, what more? It makes me think, what more could I do? You know what I'm saying? Which is why when I do my live streams, like I could change the thing over this way and exclude the clock, but I think the clock there is important for a very good reason.
There you go. Ginger nailed it. 2 times a day, that clock is right. That's exactly what the point is.
Well, there's that. But I mean, yeah, it's no, that's my Doomsday Clock, if anyone's wondering.
Yeah, well, some of us actually know the real reason why that clock is that way, but yeah.
That's kind of why I was going to hand it off to you, Cliff.
I wasn't going to give him the whole explanation.
Well, I know you know, so like, because there are lots of people that know, but no, for anyone who doesn't know, that's my Doomsday Clock.
Oh yeah, there we go. I see somebody in here that, boom, Ginger Ninja. She's hilarious. Cracks me up.
She's been all over the place tonight. She was on my stream and bunches of everywhere else. And I think she's following me, actually. I thought she was stalking Cliff, but she might actually be stalking me.
To be honest, I don't even think I have her on mine.
I stopped in on break time. I was on Prepper 101, but he had 3,200 people in there. I'm like,
3,200 people on Prepper? Jesus.
Yeah, he couldn't even say anything. It was just flying by so quick. And I'm like, yeah. But Faithful was in there, and she said, hey, Mark, how's it going? But she caught it. I was like, holy cow, I don't know how you can see anything going on.
I stopped over there a few times, too. Like, I stop over there pretty much every night, in between. Sometimes, like, a lot of nights I got duties, you know what I mean? Like, moderator duties at different channels or whatever, so.
Yeah, he said duties.
In between duties, I jump in and have a look at what's going on. And like you say, when there's 2,000 and 3,000 people in there, it's, to get a word in edgewise, it'd be.
I was actually trying to, like, in between when I'm doing a setup, or if I get a long run time, I'll jump on to see if somebody is on. But usually I just do it on break, and I only get 15 and 10 minutes, so it's not a whole lot of time to see who's on and say hi.
For sure.
Oh.
Man.
Yeah, Ginger Ninja. She's a ninja. She stalks everyone.
I can't even, I'm on my phone. I can't even see who I've got following me. I'd have to do that on my laptop, but I know if I open any more tabs, I'm going to keep freezing on everybody.
You got one of those?
Yeah, I can't see a whole lot of chat here in the in this stream chat. I can see like one comment at a time, and it's not always it's not always one to the next. They kind of jump.
That's kind of good to know.
I could check out private chat. I did click on it before, and so there's one in private chat, and that's from Jess. Be right back, and maybe the private chat is just who's on panel.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to go to stream chat? That's because I'm seeing everybody's on there right away as they're making them. So.
Well, I see it, but I mean, there's only enough window on the stream chat over here on my side, anyways, to see like part of what somebody said and then the next comment.
Oh, that's weird. Well, that ginormous screen. Never mind.
Yeah, you got. You can change your screens around too, there, Sean.
No.
That's a
I hit a button, I'll screw everything up.
I was going to say, last time Sean hit a button, he had to restart his live twice.
Oh, Sean, you got some people in here asking you if you had any egg salad sandwiches lately.
No, I haven't cleared any dance floors these days. Although I did try my last batch of pickled eggs last week, and they come out good. But for anyone who hasn't made a pickled egg before, just know that they come out a little bit more firm in texture than your regular type boiled egg. So.
Wrong button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Grace, I do. I try to pop into people's lives when I'm on break to say hi, because I know there's a lot of live streams going on during the evening time, and so I try to get in there as many as I possibly can before my break's over and say hi, and then I'll go to the next one.
I've seen you in a bunch of them, Mark, and said hello and or whatever, and you're gone after 10 minutes. So it's like, oh, okay, he's working.
Yeah, I think I'm used to what time Mark gets off. So usually, if I look at my clock, on my laptop, and if it says 9:30, he's just about home. Usually,
Fishes is trying to figure out going live, but she's still with the Apple. I can't find a way to the Chrome download. Tyler's got a Mac. I don't know who else has an Apple phone, but
I'm using a desktop here, and with a desktop, it just gives you an icon, and you don't even have to have all the hours or subscribers. You can just go live whenever you want.
Yeah, with the phones, for YouTube, you have to have, I think it's 1,000 subs or 100 subs and 1,000 hours, something like that.
I don't know.
Not just
Tyler. Hey, how's it going?
Just sub to me. Sweet. Thank you, Survival Pepper 9. Much appreciated.
Guys, don't forget to hit that like button.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Hey, Blake.
You'll be seeing more of this guy all over the place, so like, share, and subscribe.
Hey, Blake, what's going on, man?
I should actually reiterate what I stated earlier about the going live. So if you're going through YouTube and you're trying to do a live stream, you have to have a specific set numbers of subscribers and hours in order to go live through your phone on YouTube. If you're using StreamYard, you can do it at literally 0 subscribers.
Or if you're using desktop through YouTube.
Yep.
Pretty much same.
Actually, no, I think even with desktop, you had to have a certain amount of users and hours before to do it.
I don't think so. I think if you really want to do your phone, you can use any kind of streaming app and stream open up your desktop in the house, and there's ways around everything.
You know what, Cliff? They might have changed that. I heard there was massive changes made, so you may be right on that about the desktop, and it could be that I just so happened to pass whatever hours or subscribership before that change came to place. But I know that before I was doing any of that, I could definitely live stream.
Yeah, when I first tried to do live stream on my laptop, I think it said I needed a minimum of like 100 hours and like 1,000 subs.
That's laptop. That's not desktop. There's a difference, right?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, the laptop and desktop are pretty much the same standard parameters. You're just the only difference is one's more portable than the other.
Perhaps you may be right. You know, to be honest with you, you would definitely know way more about it than I would because, you know, anybody knows me. You know, I'm not techie.
Survival Pepper, make sure that your hard drives is not full. What are you talking about there? Nope, somebody's in the room, I think. Oh, look at this, guys.
Hey!
Fishes and loaves.
Fishes and loaves. There you are.
I figured it out.
Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right.
I figured it out. Sean, where'd you go? Oh, I've got echo.
You have to kill
Let
your...
me.
Yeah, shut down your other side.
Oh, I've got echo. No, let me see. Hold on. I think I got another window open.
You got to make sure you shut your mute your YouTube side.
All right. I think.
Or at least mute it.
Did I do it?
Yep.
Got it.
Sound better? Okay. Gotta get cozy. I don't know if my husband will wake up though right in the middle of this, and you'll just see me disappear.
Is this your first
He gets
live
up real early.
Is this the first
So
time you've
what's
ever
up
been
for?
on a live?
Why'd you go on, Mark? You got to get your hours back up.
I kind of, sort of, yeah. But I've been playing and trying to help everybody else get theirs up and running.
Okay.
And I was looking at mine, and I'm like, I haven't been doing nothing for 6 months. I better do something here.
I'm trying to high five
Happy
Jess.
birthday, Blackbird.
Jess, you missed my high five. I tried to high five you.
I'm
Just back
sorry.
upside the head, you.
Other side.
I'm so bad at this.
There we go. I know it's like mirror image. You got to go the opposite. There's my hand in here somewhere.
Well, happy birthday, Blake! Why don't you pop up here? We can have 6 on the panel at a time. So
Hey, Julie. I can't see the chat on my.
but-
Hold on. Let me see if I can put it on my
Pictures
computer.
and lows.
Yeah.
Is this your first time being on a panel or on a live?
Yes. Yes. First time.
Awesome.
I couldn't figure it out during Courtney's. I finally found it. Like it's a new Mac, and of course we got it right after everything was going crazy with, the place up here on the map.
yeah,
And I wasn't going to cancel it. So, yeah, it's different than a regular HP. I'm not used to it at all. But I have an iPhone, so I didn't want to. I thought they would go together better, I guess is how to
Yeah.
explain it.
The next person that we got to
Yeah,
have
bad
up
loader
on here
we
is
Oh,
Ginger.
God. Nope. I was going to
Yeah,
do that.
Ginger Ninja needs to jump on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we have to
Oh
have,
my.
because I think with
volume
the join button, I'm going to be doing some private lives when we get some more
Oh,
members. So we're going to be doing private lives with just members to see what they want to do, and we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff with that. And some 101 like on.
Oh my
wildlife.
gosh.
Oop, we're getting raided.
We're getting rated
Oh no.
Going green,
See
mom.
it?
by Courtney.
Who's 101 coming in?
No, going green, mom.
Oh,
Oh,
no kidding. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm raiding them.
Awesome.
going green.
Hey, Fishes,
Mom,
how you doing?
I'm trying to do both. How do you guys do this? Like the chat and like I can't even figure this out.
Fishes and loaves. You know
Right
what?
down below us or right below you, there should be a little box that has the mute, stop video, share screen. You just hit the button where it says hide chat or show chat. And then
Okay.
you go to chat,
I just don't see my chat box to be able to answer people.
stream chat.
Try moderating for a channel that's got 1,000 or 2,000 people in the
I
chat.
wouldn't be. Oh my gosh, Sean, no, I wouldn't be able to. That's why I wanted to hop up because I know you guys all kind of have done this and been there and done it. So
You know what it's actually really done for me is, for me when I'm doing my live streams, it allows me to help read through it and screen through it a lot quicker to actually answer the questions and dismiss anything that might be chat within chat.
yeah,
Because if you see a lot of newer people doing live streams, you'll see them go through the live streams and they want to answer every single thing, and not every single thing's for them.
yeah.
You know?
Prairie
But
Life
it's to the
didn't
right
make it.
for us Mac users. Like if it comes up, is it the white where it says stream chat, private chat?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
You want to make sure you're on what it says stream
Go ahead.
Chat.
Oh, you're freezing.
chat. Private chat is
Yeah, he does that all the time.
Must have been all those eggs.
Yeah, he's got brain freeze.
It's not me. It's my computer's being stupid.
Yeah, thanks
So
for the
fishes.
raid.
Did you figure out how to use that fixed blade knife yet?
I went outside and chopped a bunch of banana leaves off my tree and chopped down the top half of my banana tree with it. But I used a rock to, because the back is how do you say it? Carbon.
Carbon.
Thank you. Carbon, and it's thick. So I actually had a river rock that I could pound it through the top of the banana, like you did with the piece of wood.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't have known how to do that. My knife would have gotten stuck if I hadn't watched your video. But I want to try it with wood. It's just my kid's always around.
If you can, try and use a piece of wood to use the striking for the batoning. Just because a rock will, a piece of wood will be less abrasive against your metal implement.
Okay.
So if you guys can, I don't know if you can put your links in the chat.
No, I can't do that.
Mark, we can't put links in the chat. Well, we'd have to do it on the YouTube side.
Oh, I can do it.
Yeah, you can. We can't.
I would have to do it with my phone.
Cannot put
you fancy.
I have no clue.
We can't interact with the chat other than answer questions.
Fancy links.
Mark, will you pull your mic closer so I can hear you more? Since you're the host.
Your ears off.
No, that's better.
I'll just write in the chat for fishes and keto and fox, and then I'll grab so the guys can check you guys out. I'm going to put the links in the chat here because I know there's a lot of new people that are popping in, and I hope I caught everybody before they disappeared.
I know. I saw Gil for a second. I want to say hi to Gil. He said hi to me. I saw that. I just couldn't figure out how to say hi back on my computer.
He's been all over the place the last couple of days, too. Holy cow.
Yeah. For sure.
That's because Courtney was keeping us up way too late for the last week.
Yeah.
That's no.
She was actually complaining about being tired last night. I'm like, well, no kidding. You've been
I wonder why.
late and long streams, and streams will really take it out of you.
Yeah, but she hit her goal, which was amazing. Right, Jess? When we were there to see that, that was so amazing to see that.
Yeah, it was, but like she wore me out hardcore this week.
That happens.
Yeah,
I would help, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I couldn't help you up there.
What's going to happen?
Uh-oh.
So, Cliff was trying to say something.
Yeah, he was.
How you going, Green Mom?
You went Mr. Roboto again, Fox.
Domore gato, Mr. Roboto.
Nobody knows.
My internet sucks.
Timing is everything sometimes.
Oh. All I heard is my internet.
I just heard sucks.
Internet sucks.
You see that?
Yeah, through this.
Fox, we need sign language.
That's why I just point and laugh.
Poor Fox.
Hi, Carla and
that
friends.
was my old computer.
Hey, Carla, good to see you.
So, fishes and loaves. A question I'd like to ask you. Like, I've seen you a whole bunch of places. I see you over at From Kate's Kitchen all the time.
Yeah.
And over at the Broussards and that. And so, from your name, I kind of get where you are mentally and spiritually. But where are you coming from, sort of as a channel?
I don't know if you get where I am mentally and spiritually, just because I put a name out there, but thank you for that. As a channel, no.
Your
I
name
actually
lends belief to me, that's all.
Sean, I had a troll today, and he was just like, oh, you should be a little bit more, I guess the word was less angry. And I was like, what part of the story about Jesus turning over tables in the temple did you not hear? And he got out a whip. And then he told his disciples to go and sell a tunic and put on a knife because things are going to get really bad. Like what? am I supposed to not talk because I'm a Christian and just sit there and not have an opinion? So that's where, when you said that, I was like, no, I don't think anybody gets me with that name at all. Like,
Well, when I see your name at Fishes and Loaves, I totally get the biblical reference, right?
okay, that sounds better. Okay.
So, like that's just what I'm asking. Like, what aspect are you coming into YouTube from? And if I've sort of nailed it with that perception, then your name, is serving you well.
Well,
Don't tell your story about that.
No.
The StreamYard.
What happened? Did he get dropped off?
No, he got Streamlab timed him out for a second because back in the day you couldn't use so many emojis. You could only use 3. And what was nice about StreamYard, if people would spam your whole chat on you, StreamYard would just kick them out. So a lot of us old farts were using Streamlabs bot to do that, and I just haven't gone in there and shut it off, which I really need to go do because it's irritating the crap out of me.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, the StreamYards. But to answer your question, Sean, my dad passed in December in 2018, and my dad was raised on a farm. And when we moved here to Florida, he stopped gardening because he saw the soil. He's like, I'm not gardening in that crap, that sand. And the last memories I have of him gardening were when we lived in California and Virginia. California was fruit trees, and we left them, of course, out there, and he had just planted all of them. We had cherry trees. I mean, you name it, he had planted it. And I remember looking at these little trees, and then we moved. And like, I was so excited to see what they might grow into, and then we were moving to Florida. And before that, it was Virginia, and I used to sit in the garden with him, and I was like the only 5-year-old that, most adults knew that would eat parsley. I loved it. And I would eat it off people's plates. It was like a joke at a restaurant. So it was kind of a way to honor my dad and leave a legacy for my kids. And the Fishes and Loaves name is kind of like a prayer that I used to always say to people. Like, I'll pray fishes and loaves over that. Like, just that you'll have an increase more than what you expect. And it was kind of like, okay, I need that over my garden because I suck at gardening. I really killed everything in the beginning. Like,
it's pretty interesting that you share that, seeing as what the title of Mark's live stream is here tonight.
Which one did I put up there?
I thought it was just about his
something in fellowship.
Oh, this is late. This is late night late night with Rolling Homestead. Come join us.
Yeah, and loyal fan.
Usually it does say that just chat and fellowship. So
yeah, that was where it came from, though. But I'm not. I guess I've gone to small churches and big churches, Sean, and we actually, where we ended up last time was a small church that I loved, and a mega church came and gobbled it up. Basically, they fired a pastor that I loved, and as soon as I saw why, I was actually in leadership, and they actually didn't admit to it. So it gave me. I cried when I first read the letter that they sent out to the leadership. I knew they were lying, and I cried. And so for me, some of my fellowship has been online. A lot of it really switched to that for a lot of people with this stuff that went around. But being sick and everything, I started to get a lot of my fellowship online or over the phone because I couldn't go to church.
Lana, and then hi Nicole, good to see you. So
hey Nicole. Hey Laura, sorry chat.
A lot of new people in here, so guys, check each other out.
That's fair enough. Because, things happen, right? I mean, like... oh,
yeah.
Personally, myself, the way I came up was in a small country church. Mm-hmm. And, sort of like 1/3 of the congregation was family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yep. So, so that was cool and close. And I mean,
Thanks, Blake.
After the Sunday church was over, it was usually lunch over at one of our places. It was a big spread, and there was at least a dozen people there, and the family.
Yeah. Yep.
So while you're talking, Sean, we got people in the chat want to know about everybody's channel up here. So while you're up there chatting, why don't you just go and start saying what your channel's about and who you are and why you started doing this?
All right, I can take that opportunity right now. Thank you ever so much to our gracious host, Mark, for offering that opportunity. All right, so I'm Sean, North Shore Preparedness. I'm in Ontario, Canada, about an hour east of Toronto, and I'm about a mile and a half off of the North Shore of Lake Ontario. What I'm doing here, I'm mostly sort of a prepping channel. You know, I can see the writing that's on the wall over the last few years, and I really think it's time to put some stuff back and especially learn to grow. Like when I started my channel this time last year, and when I did, it was at the onset here in North America of all this business, right?
Yeah.
And there was, this time last year, there was yet another spring crop failure, okay? So writing was on the wall big time, and now I am in an urban area. I rent a small apartment. It's in kind of like a century building. It's like a house that's been converted into 4 apartments, 2 up top and 2 on the main floor. I got the one on the main floor that's at the back, and it happens to come with a backyard. And I thought, I need to do everything I possibly can to grow anything where I can. And I started my channel basically just to show urban people that even if you've got a porch or something, you can grow food in a bucket.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's where things are going to go, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And if it doesn't go that way, and you can grow peas in a bucket on your porch, all the better.
Yeah.
So Prairie, yes, Sean is in Canada too. So Prairie Life is saying they're in Canada. So he's over by Ontario. So Prairie Life, if you have not seen Sean's channel, Heaven Essentials has his link in there.
I appreciate that.
Links to everybody that's in my or on the panel right now. Thank you, Heaven. So Heaven's Essential, why don't you tell everybody what your channel is about and what you're up to? Not like putting you on a spot or not.
I think he means you, Jess, keto. You called her Heaven's Essential.
I was like, who?
Oh, I'm
It's
thinking
okay.
Fishes, I mean you.
No, do Jess.
And I'm thinking, oh, okay.
She said you, Jess.
You Jess?
Yeah.
All right.
My channel is about keto and homesteading. And the reason I put that channel together is because I've been keto 8 years. I went from 296 pounds down to 150. So I wanted to share my experience and my knowledge.
So
and
amazing.
then keto or homesteading pretty much just goes into keto. I've grown my own food for 10 years and raised my own animals for butcher. So that's basically keto. So I just combined the two together. This is what I created. I also do a monthly keto bake-off on my channel with giveaways and just try to bring communities together and try to everybody accountable. All right.
You did.
Fishes and
I
lips.
saw that video. It was incredible. Go ahead, Jess. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying you're on deck now.
No, I just told my story though. I kind of told it.
Yeah.
Mark, pull your mic down again.
Somebody in the chat just said something I
Please.
want to respond to.
How's that?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I saw somebody talk about your being on Gray Man.
Yep,
I didn't
I
see
was.
it.
So we're gonna
chat.
talk about me.
Yeah, somebody was talking about you in the chat about canning.
Bing.
Go ahead, Bang.
Bing is in here. Laura.
Who was it?
So one of the things with me is that I've been off for a while. Everybody probably knows Rolling Homestead. We're a bigger homesteading channel. I do teach survival and thriving, homesteading, bushcrafting, and all of the mostly wild edibles.
Extensive wild edible knowledge here. Extensive for anybody that doesn't know it.
So one
First
of the
time I
things
met this guy, The first time I met this guy over here was on a live stream with Mallory up over at Quebec Homestead. And I was a little newbie at the time. I think I had like 44 subscribers or something. And I jumped into that live stream and I'm like, holy crap. Look at all these guys with their massive, massive knowledge. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, that was one of the best live streams I've ever seen.
So what happened is that I wanted to combine the prepping and the bushcrafting and homesteading community. I wanted to combine it as one. And then as the years go on, I'm looking more as combining the prepping, homesteading, and bushcrafting because it's all in the same bucket. And combine it as one. And then I got together here within the last month or two. I got in with Gray, and we found out we clicked real well. And we're going to be going and doing a podcast of wild edibles. And in that podcast, we're going to be talking about extensively on medicinal plants, what they're used for. And then what's really good about this is Gray's going to go, and he's a medic. He's going to go and tell you from the medic side of things what that's good for and what things. So he's going to back and forth. We got to figure out the questions that we want to do, but that's what we're going to be doing with that. We got a bunch of books we're going to be giving away. We got a bunch of stuff that'll be given away for that.
That's cool to have the medic side of it.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen Gray Man Prepping,
he's awesome.
Channel,
yeah.
He's an awesome channel. Hey,
he's got merch.
He's got merch. Yeah.
He's a Florida boy too.
Yeah.
Well, man. Gray Man. Florida man. Oh, not that kind. Not a Florida man.
He is hilarious. If you haven't ever sat and talked to Gray, besides on a live stream and talked to him in person, he's hilarious. So
you're funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, because Florida man is usually naked and doing something. I didn't want to put that on the Gray Man.
We don't want to see him in a banana hammock. Stop putting that out there. I'm just saying.
Plenty of those in Miami Beach. No, thank you. No, thank you. In fact, I have this is not about my channel.
If you do not
Go
have
ahead,
Gray Man, if you don't have Gray Man, his link, I just put it in the channel. Go and check him out and tell him Rolling Homestead sent you. And Jess is over here talking about banana stuff. And
how's it get put on me?
because you're sitting over there quiet, not saying nothing, so you're the guinea pig.
She's cracking up. She caught that I said Florida man, and I told him that.
Oh, why is this?
Hey, Garden State Gardener, how you doing?
Oh, Foxit, we miss you up here, Mr. Roboto.
Oh, I'm gonna stop.
What's it say? Something about Borat. Uh-oh. Streamlabs is still there?
Dr.
Yeah, I got it.
I know, no one's picking on me.
I can't go in there. I can't do it while I'm streaming. I can't go in there and shut stuff off. So,
okay.
Free handy. Just your message there. Don't worry about it. It's just because of the 3 emojis. Guys, just keep it down to a couple emojis and you'll be fine.
That's right, Red. He's not the typical Florida
that's the
man.
other thing that I've been working on too, Sean, is Jess only needs 700 hours to hit her monetization.
Oh,
really?
Yeah,
we're
so
running
you
it.
guys can run her playlist, do whatever, man. It would
go check this lady out.
Yep.
Be awesome. Yeah,
Nope,
and
that
I'm
way.
gonna fire
That
that bot. You got that right.
Oh my goodness. I was going to tell a quick story. When we first moved here to Florida, because Sean said banana hammock. We first moved here to Florida.
Hang on.
And there was
Heavens, can you drop North's link again? North Shore's link.
What?
Please.
Oh, drop his
people in the
link.
chat are asking for North Shore.
Anyway, we would have Europeans come here a lot on vacation, and a grown man, and I'm like a young girl, walks up, and I hear my mom go, "Oh, it's disgusting." White banana hammock, Sean. Before manscaping.
That's shameful.
It was horrible. And I think it was the same day a seagull even crept on my shoulder while I was laying on this.
Oh, come on now. I don't want to need to completely burn out my retinas.
It was like a double bad whammy.
Just hand me the soldering iron and I'll burn out my retinas now.
So there,
but I still can't unremember it.
Yeah,
So there's North
being a
Shore's link
visual
is in the
artist does
chat.
not pay
Evan just put it
sometimes.
in there, and so did Emily.
Thank you,
So
Emily.
you guys looking for North Shore, go and check his channel out.
Ginger.
Appreciate that, Mark. Thank you, Emily.
He's got a lot
Yes,
of good
very
stuff over there.
true. Blake said that was a crappy day.
You know what's funny about Gray Man and a bunch of these channels that are starting to grow some legs now? Is I was shouting them out when they had 40 and 20 subscribers and this and that. And now they got some legs, which is awesome to see because they're doing good things like bringing this guy
Yeah, I try
out
to
for
hide.
people to see.
I try to hide, but they catch me.
Yeah.
Because he did the same exact thing that you did. He saw me on, I don't remember whose live stream I was on, but I came up there. North Shore didn't even know who I was or nothing like that. And he said exactly the same thing you did, Sean. We started talking about wild edibles and stuff like that. He's like, man, I got to have you on my live stream because you, and I was just rattling stuff off when people asked me questions. Laura, well, hey, Mark, what?
Good
what
night,
can I use
Chris.
for hot flashes?
You can take evening primrose oil if you don't have whatever Mark's going to suggest. Evening primrose oil does help for us women with hot flashes.
I know I'll tell you right off the top of my head is raspberry leaf tea for any kind of women ailments is one of the go-to things that Mama does here. So the primrose oil is really good for essential oils. Just check with yourself. Like I told you guys, do the test with them kind of oils because if you do have a reaction to it, but the safe bet is going to be the old raspberry leaf tea. It works wonders. And if for those people in here that have really bad menstrual cramps during that time, or
Raspberry tea,
that kind of stuff, if you take that a week before it's time for your cycle, it will ease that tremendously because it takes a couple days for your teas to get into your system.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And simple.
Free handy, it's raspberry leaf tea. What I do is I actually go pick the leaves off my raspberry bushes and make a tea out of it.
That's awesome.
Now, does that have any cross benefits between you got your blackberries and other types of raspberry type deals?
The only one that I actually found that really works is just the raspberry.
Okay.
Looking on the farm's back. Howie's good to see you,
Howie. That was my dad's name, so I love saying Howie's name. Go ahead, Jess. Sorry.
Get her, Jess. Get her.
I was just asking, cooking on the farm. Huh?
I said, get her.
I'm trying to get her on this panel.
Hey, Howie, how you doing?
Working on the farm? Get up here. I can go down if anybody wants to come up. It's okay. I was just trying to figure this whole thing out. My channel, just like I said, is... Go ahead, Jess. What?
He can have 6 people up here.
Oh, okay.
So one of the things that I found out, and I can't even find this book anymore, so that's why I don't really show this one often this much. And this is called the Country Doctor's Handbook, and this is all the old remedies from way back when, like my great grandma.
Yeah.
So I don't usually talk about that one too much because the fact of.
Well, I do know, like, just from being a woman myself, that during, she's talking about the meno time. Usually we're getting hot flashes. Mm-hmm. If you are having, like he said, though, too, the cramping or any excess discharge during that time of the month, your body is craving iron and calcium, some magnesium, just like what he was talking about before, eating kale. Kale will actually hit a lot of those things if you can handle eating some kale, eating your greens. I used to juice, and I would juice it because that was the only kind of way I could get it in, but don't overdo it.
Spinach is another one. Spinach is very, 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 very high in iron.
Yeah.
Beets is another one that is high in iron. So if you guys like to juice your beet, there's another one. You can actually get beet, powdered beet extract. I actually dehydrate beets. I'll cut them up, dehydrate them, and I will grind them to make a powder. You can do it that way also. So you can mix it into your smoothies or whatever drink you're using. Beets are very healthy for you, so don't forget that.
Do you know that greens are healthier than the beet itself, than the root
Yep.
vegetable? The greens
And
on
it's
top
funny
of the
because a
beet.
lot of people do not like beet greens. And
Yeah.
I saute beet greens and I love them.
Jess is like, I'm there.
Yeah, people just discard the tops.
Yeah. Well, if you know the best thing of it too, Jess, is go and get it when a beet just first to come up, and you have so you have the main leaves, and then once those shoot off, and you got the secondary leaves, that plant is safe to pick the leaves from. So then go get one of the smaller leaf and try it once, and you'll be surprised. You don't have to eat the stem; just eat the leaf. The stems
Yeah.
are really good. It's like Swiss chard. People throw the stems away out of Swiss chard, and I'll chop them up, and they're just awesome. I use them like a celery, anything like that. They're great for you.
Yeah, I chop up
Yeah.
Swiss chard stem, dehydrate that, and I treat it like celery too.
Oh, okay.
And don't
What were you
even
going to say, Jess?
Yeah, I eat the stems on the Swiss chard. I really like Swiss chard.
I do too.
Yeah,
do
if you're juicing, guys, and you got that stuff at the end, don't throw that away. That is awesome to make your soup base, your veggie bases, anything like that. You can make a broth out of that. There's so many other things you can do with that, and that's loaded with vitamins and minerals. So don't just toss that out. Usually, I'll throw it in a bag and throw it in the freezer till I get enough that I can make some broth, and then I make vegetable broth out of the whole thing. So, what you got?
That's a jar of dehydrated Swiss chard leaves right there.
Oh, okay. I do that with my moringa, and then I sprinkle it on stuff or into stuff so people won't
Yeah.
even look there.
Super easy to use. Put it in anything. Soup, spaghetti, stew, whatever.
Yeah, it looks like parsley, basically, if you crunch it up so small.
Yeah. And it rehydrates easy.
Yeah.
Gardner, good info. Well, thank you. And we're going to be doing a lot. We're going to be doing a lot more of this and talking about this in Gray's channel, and we're going to be going through. So, if you guys have questions now, for like hot flashes, so I'll load that one in there. So we're going to go in more detail into the wild edible podcast that we're going to be doing.
Okay. Well, see, some women don't have just hot flashes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
I got one. What about getting more into the details of the benefits of Chaga Tea?
I can, yeah. I mean, I have a lot of the video concept on that. One of the things that people that don't know, my mom had stage 4 lung cancer.
There we go. This is what I'm talking about.
And this is
Wow.
I'm the only one that I know of that actually got kicked out of a cancer ward because I told a doctor he's an idiot. So anyway,
Bravo.
I found out that I found through other resources and doing some learning and some studying, chaga has a bunch of benefits, including cancer. It fights cancer, kills cancer, it rebuilds your blood vessels and your white blood cells, opens up your capillaries. There's so many value of the chaga mushroom. The list is like 2 pages of what this stuff is made for. But then you put on top of it like a fresh pineapple, pumpkin's another good one, cayenne pepper, and you make a juice out of that. It is a
Hey, Mark.
total what?
Did you include any sort of ingredient such as turmeric in with that?
You can, but the problem with turmeric is some people are very, very, I don't want to say allergic to it, but it doesn't do well for them.
They're
My
sensitive to it.
My
Sensitive.
mom is one of them, and the thing with turmeric is that you have blood pressure issues, or you have like people that are fighting cancer. If they get cut, they bleed easy. You do not want to use turmeric. Turmeric is not one you want to stay away from then. So, but we're going to get into a lot of great detail with chaga and pumpkin, and I just saw up here goji berries. Yes, goji berries are wonderful. I love them.
For anyone that's joining us new here, you see what just happened here in the chat with one simple question? The answers that this gentleman here gave? Extensive knowledge. So definitely follow him on not just on his own channel, but when he's doing the live streams with Grayman, either on his stream or on Grayman's stream. If you don't know Grayman, go check him out. These guys are going to be doing a bunch of stuff together. Okay.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that so the doctor that she had was not a herbalist at all, and he was fighting tooth and nail, and she said, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to take your garbage. I'm going to take what my son is going to give me.
Mm.
So through the whole time now, she was given 2 years to live. She's on her 4th year now. She never lost one piece of hair, never lost one nail. She made it through all the way through her chemo and her radiation with flying colors and never got sick. And now that doctor wants to call and talk to me. And I said he can jam it.
My back thing. That's amazing, Mark.
That's the difference is that, you know, you got to remember is what I said to her is that if Big Pharma wants you have to take this pill to counteract, this pill to counteract, this pill to counteract, this pill. And now you got a whole bucket of crap that you got to take.
Yeah.
My grandma, she's 97 years old, had high blood pressure. So they're giving her blood pressure pills. I said, Grandma, don't do that. She's like, why not? I said, just here's my garlic.
Yeah, somebody post Howie's link.
Here's a garlic tincture. Go take this. So she took my garlic tincture. She went back for a checkup, and they're like, "Wow, your blood pressure is perfect." But we have a problem. And she's like, "What's that?" She says, "You haven't been getting your medication from the pharmacist." And she says, "No, my grandson gave me something." That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Is that you can do things on your own, do your research, and there's a lot of things that we can help you out with.
Hey, Mark, get your lawyer to give that doctor a call. And no, seriously, get your lawyer to give that doctor a call and tell that doctor you'd be more than happy to talk to her, but you got to bill her out at $500 an hour.
Yeah, right.
I'm thinking more like 1,000, but I really feel that because I thought
I don't want to sell you short.
Just think of the things that you could teach somebody and help other people out. Now, granted, you know, my mom was getting it directly by me. I was using cucumber pucks, which we'll take a cucumber, we'll juice it, and we'll freeze it. Okay. And then throughout that time, because cucumbers are a huge rehydration, it helps women with skin. There's so many benefits from a cucumber. So she was also taking that. And I'm like, Mom, you're actually looking younger. And she says, you got anything for my back? Because my back is still killing me. I'm like, you know, I'm not a miracle man here. I can't do everything. There's things that you guys can do. And so check that out. That's what this book here. And Gray's actually working on getting this book. This will be in, when we do this, I will put in all the links down below in our chats. You can go and you can get these. But this book is an awesome one to have also. This is where I learned a ton of stuff about the stuff.
Screenshotting it.
That red peppers on the front of that book?
Yep.
Okay. I couldn't tell if it was red peppers or poppies.
But like I said, they'll be down in my Amazon link, and I will be sharing them out for you guys, so you'll have all the books, you'll have everything that we're talking about. And like I said, we're also going to be giving away the 2 Peterson medicinal hand guides. We're going to be giving 2 away of those, and some cool antique 12 gauge salt and pepper shakers that everybody loves.
Howie said something really good for people that are sensitive to nightshades, Mark, because I thought of that too, because I am.
Then the goji, that's the other thing is that they're from the nightshade family, so you have to be careful with them. But everybody's been wanting these, Sean. These are salt and pepper shakers.
You showed those the other night. I forget where I saw you, but you were showing those.
Yep. So
I thought they were the real things. I was like, gosh, those are huge.
Everybody that's a prepper has wanted these because they're salt and pepper shakers, you know.
They're awesome.
That'd be like 10 gauge.
No, I think
they're
actually the size of an M203 grenade launcher shells. They actually are the size of
okay. Yeah, it looks familiar size. Not that I would know.
I just got my first 12 gauge, so I don't know. Okay,
so Mark, when are you going to be doing all these interviews? Why don't you take a minute to shout that out so that the people in the chat know when you're going to be doing these interviews with Gray? And is it going to be on your stream or Gray's stream?
We're going to go do 2 on mine and 2 on his. So we're going to share that. And I just got to see, the problem with me is I'm usually, it's either very late at nighttime, which I'm actually blessed by you guys being up here. You know, we got 29 in the chat right now, and we're at 11, almost 12 o'clock at night. That's awesome. That's great.
It's 1 here. I'm up late.
Yeah, we were worried about that. We wanted to do it more in a time frame because he works on the weekends.
Yeah. He owns his own store.
Yeah, he's his own puff store.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and make sure to subscribe, guys, and hit the bell notification so that when they do go ahead and do their thing, or if it gets announced first, you'll get the announcement. And I'm sure there'll be shouting the others' stream out, thereupon. So
Did you
good.
see Garden State
Fantastic
Gardeners?
information to be had here.
We're also going
Mark,
to be
did you see
having
Garden State Gardeners question?
all nutrition
For lymph
ideas
nodes?
with lymph nodes disease. Oh, any nutrition ideas with lymph nodes?
Or
Not
flushing
really.
them?
I haven't looked at lymph nodes. I haven't had to fight one with that one.
I know dry brushing helps them too. And of course, exercise helps if you can. But dry brushing, if you can't get moving, is something to look up. It helps the lymph nodes drain.
Like I said, survival prepper lung cancer. The best thing for lung cancer, I'm telling you, is chaga. Chaga, but see, no, there's two sides of chaga. You have the chaga tea that you buy in the store that probably isn't done correctly, and there's a long process to it. It takes first off, it takes almost 15 years before chaga is at its prime and becomes mature. And what happened in like China, Canada, Alaska, Siberia, all those areas, chaga was over harvested because the Chinese knew and the Russians knew that this was such a great remedy, and it was almost to the point where it was over harvested and gone. So once you get that, there's an outer portion of the mushroom that's hard, because what it does is it grows on a white birch tree on birch that has a disease. So the chaga helps heal the birch, and the birch properties go into the chaga, so they work together as one.
Oh, okay.
And what happens then is you have the outer bark, which is hard, and then you have the inner bark, which is a little bit softer. Both of them have two different sets of properties to them. So what happens when you make the tea, usually they just grind it up and they give you the powder, and people steep it for 15 minutes and take it. It's beneficial, but it's not at its prime, because the actual way to do it is it's a steep process that takes the first round you do it is you have to take the outer side of the mushroom or the mushroom itself, grind it up, and you put it in 100 proof vodka, and you let it sit on a shelf for 6 months. Once that is done, then you take what is of liquid form and solid form, and you separate it and you measure it. And whatever your liquid form is, that's how much water you put into the slow cooker. We're just going out.
I don't know. She might have to poop. That's what Courtney says.
Jess, are you pooping?
Poop well, Jess.
All this talk about clearing the body of things.
Poop
Very
well.
firm tables. Raw garlic and apple cider vinegar will help your lymph nodes, and oregano oil. There we go.
Yeah, Going Green Mom has a point. Like, if they're not doing it correctly and if they're not doing the dry brush method correctly, you can do more harm. That's true. You have to find somebody who knows how to do massage techniques to drain the lymph nodes for lymphedema after chemo and cancer.
But we're going to
My
be
aunt
talking
had
about.
it.
Jess, did you just lose your stuff over there or what? So we're going to be going through this and in great deal on the live streams when we talk about that. But chaga is a wonderful thing. So when you have the two extracts, you have your one you did in alcohol, and then by the time you do the one that you do in a slow cooker, there's two different processes there. You add it together, and that's what's called a double extract.
Somebody in the chat's asking, how do you pick a good chaga? Well, you have to have, first of all, the opportunity to and permission to walk out and permission to harvest into a decent old patch of birch. And it could be some stuff that's fallen down, too. You may get it off of that, but
you're going to find more chaga in the wintertime because the other thing, just like all your medicinal plants, in the wintertime, everything goes back into that, and like dandelion root, all the nutrients in a dandelion goes down to the root in the fall time. Same thing with chaga. So it's best to harvest chaga during the winter. That's when you're going to get the most benefits out of there, because everything that the tree has been feeding it all summer long is in there. So you guys can do that. How we just said, for lemon water and eating lemons wedges that are organic is the best for lymph draining. Rebounder is fantastic. Push down towards your heart with the thumb under your jaw.
Oh, yeah. It's the draining. It's that massage where you're pushing down.
Truth Freeze, good to see you. How's it going? Oh, link. She's saying now she wants a link. You see how that works?
you know what the worst part of dandelions here is for me on my lawn? Is the landlord comes around and he shoots it with a squirt bottle full of stuff that turns it all black and kills it.
Guys, don't
Like,
ever. I always say at least 100 feet from any road or any player that you walk. Prairies are one of the best ways to find wild edibles, medicinal plants, because they've not been touched by anything chemical-wise. But nowadays we see those nice fancy planes up on top, and you see the little jet trails behind them. So, I mean, it is getting so hard to do that kind of stuff because, you know, I that coming down is it's ruining everything. And, you know, not only is it killing the bees, but there's so many other bad things about it.
Yeah. I'll say about lemon water, Howie, that's so true. It also balances the pH. And for people who aren't used to lemon water, go slow. Because I'm a migrainer, and if you migraine at all, you have to go real slow with starting with lemon water because it can just adjust your pH super fast. Yay! Jess is back.
I'm back.
Go inside. Nomadic.
Yay. Did the poop go well?
So
No.
Nomadic started asking Rolling Homestead, I was wondering if you would be interested in telling me a little about a channel that is trying to make a world record now as we speak.
Who?
Hi, Courtney's husband.
Hey, Courtney's husband. What's up? Aw, thanks.
You have to, I guess, expand on that.
I thought I saw something about it in the chat. It flashed by. I didn't totally catch it.
So you have chaga up there. I've never heard of it down here. Is it down here? Because we don't have birch, I don't think, trees
If
down
you
my
don't
way.
have birch, a lot of people that if you're not finding birch, you're not going to find it. It's mostly
Yeah.
up here by us and down. You know, I think it comes down to me up by Sean, Canada. That kind.
Yeah.
It goes up. It's more of a northern thing. I've seen it on Amazon for $44 an ounce for the double extract.
Wow.
So it's really an expensive thing to do.
Yeah, that's true, Gil.
That's
I was
interesting.
like,
Is that Gil?
oh my God, you
Who said
guys in here
that?
pooping. That's a Courtney
Wait.
thing.
It went by too fast. Oh, cool. She grows. I didn't know that. Heaven's Essentials grows goji berries.
Well, she's
I
saying
just saw
also
that way
that
up in the chat.
Mountain House Herb has it also. I'll have to check this out here quick. I used to buy stuff
That's
from Mountain House.
chaga?
It's called Mountain Rose Herbs, and she says they have chaga there too, so you can get the powdered form there.
Oh, okay. Personally, I just order mine from Mal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mal's got a lot of it too.
Yeah. That's something else Ben and Mallory are doing is, they're starting their own mushrooms as well.
Yeah, the Prairie Farm Table says we had it in northern Minnesota. My dad was bringing it into big into that tea. There was a lot of people back in the day. I remember a lot of old time farmers that used to in the morning have it in their coffee. So
Chaga?
Yeah, they'd have chaga in their coffee, and I had that too. And it's almost like a woodsy, nutty flavor that's in there. It's actually really good.
Well, mushroom is kind of a nutty, has a nutty essence to it, so stands to reason.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be good. Somebody had just mentioned they broke down and got matcha tea. That's another one. That's a really quick detoxifier, but it can also contain lead, so you want to be careful where you're getting it from.
For somebody in the chat who said they're missing Mallory's live streams, Mallory is busted down to doing one live stream a month, and I believe, don't quote me on this. Go check your own research, but I think it's the first Wednesday of every month Mallory is going to be live streaming, unless she happens to throw up a random one on a Friday or Saturday night, if whichever. But she's really, really busy right now.
So Nomadic, what I wanted to tell you, and I learned this from Gray the other day, anything after 12 hours, YouTube starts counting you backwards. So if you're going to really, really, really hurt your channel, if you do anything longer than 12 hours, I watched some of what he was talking about just to verify that, and I seen these guys that are doing music and stuff, it's actually for 10 hours. So just if you're aware of that, let him know that it can be causing an issue if you go longer than 12 hours.
That would stink.
What's this, Mark? I've seen a lot of streamers that they want to shut down just before the 2-hour mark. Now, I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe if you have any idea what that's about, if there's a reason they want to shut down just before 2 hours.
Yeah, it's analytics. They're trying to do the one. I seen them do it at 1 hour. I seen them do it at 2 hour. Some people just don't want to go any more than 2 hours. But there's what they're stating is that the analytics from the view time and watch time. Because if you got people coming and going in and out of your room like that, it messes around with the analytics. Is what I've been hearing. I haven't tried it yet to make sure. I mean, we went. Jess, what was that one that we just did? Was that 3.5 hours?
Yeah.
And I mean, she had really good review on that. I didn't see the analytics side of things, but I would say it just people's preferences. They want to do the 2 hour mark. I know like Roots and Refuge. They do an hour and then they're gone.
Yeah.
So when when Jess comes on, it's about an hour. But those channels you got to remember too, Sean. Their Roots and Refuge is huge. So they have almost I've seen it in there when I've been in there. There's 1,000 before they even got into the room. So
Yeah.
Wow.
and truth is, cilantro, which is one of my favorite herbs for Mexican food, is a great heavy metal detoxer.
And it tastes gross.
I love
By itself.
I love
By
cilantro.
itself, I'm
I'll sit there
sorry.
and eat that all day long.
Do you know what? If you don't
Tastes
have
like
it with
soap.
some lime juice, you're right. It tastes totally like soap to me, anyways.
It tastes like soap. Sean knows. It tastes like soap if you don't have it
I
in
must
the
be
right
like a
stuff.
goat then, because when I'm in the garden, I'm picking this, I'm eating this, and throwing this in my mouth. I'm terrible. I'll bite a tomato, have a little cilantro on the side, some parsley, bay leaves, oregano.
Well, there you have your acid. That's what he's saying. You have to have like an acid with cilantro, or it tastes like soap.
Definitely.
And if you guys are drinking like your apple cider vinegar with the mother, if you're doing that, drink it through a straw so don't destroy your teeth.
Hey, Courtney.
Is
Good to
Courtney
see you.
here?
Yeah, she just came in.
All right, Courtney. Now I'll throw you the link up so you can come up here.
I'm going to get some water real quick.
Here you go, Courtney. Link's in there. Go back Homestead. Up there.
All right. My mom might wake up too. Oh, I think I hear her.
Yeah, I never had that. I eat cilantro all the time. I got some in the freezer right now.
There's people though that they can't eat it at all because it always tastes like soap to them. Right, Sean? Have you heard that as being a chef?
Not so much insofar as that goes. The people that want to eat it like it anyways.
Yeah.
But for me, myself, yeah.
You guys know what the garnish is for the parsley on your plate when you go to a nice restaurant? What's that for?
To clean the garlic out of your mouth.
It's actually for to help the tummy and to relax you after your meal.
I thought it was to clean your breath.
That too.
This whatever this program is, it's a little backwards from StreamYard. So I was like,
Yeah.
how do I do this?
Not
Hi,
backwards.
fishes.
We're on the live together. Oh my goodness.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Jess.
Hey,
Hi.
Courtney.
Oh, cool.
You came on the wrong side of the tracks now?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. Well, seeing as Courtney didn't say hi to me, I'm going to jump down.
Are you for real? I said hi to you.
No, she did.
I'm just messing. I'm just
Are you
messing.
wearing pants?
Oh, what?
You're not going to make me stand up, are you?
No, just messing with you.
He's like, are you wearing pants? Oh,
Does Sean stream pantsless? Is this a
No.
thing?
No, I don't, because I often stand up. So
I'm just messing with them.
I got something on. No, it's like 10 after 1 here, and I got to work in the morning. That's all.
Okay.
He
But,
had,
no,
he
I
had
saw-
Courtney going the other night because he said he didn't have no pants on.
Yeah, he had me going. I really thought he didn't. But he stood up. It's all good.
I'm always,
Sean,
I've
you
always
set
got
you
pants
set
on.
rolling up real good tonight.
I take my pants off when I go to bed, okay? But no, Mark, I saw you up, and I just wanted to jump in and spend a little bit of time and say hi, and help you get the word out. And
Awesome,
not
man.
just for you, but for Gray and everyone else, everything that's going on. So
You can do me a favor, Sean, and when you're doing your stuff over there, mention me and Gray doing that edibles podcast over there.
Yeah, okay. My next live stream will be Saturday, at 10 p.m. after Pinball's done his thing. So I'll definitely be shouting that out.
That'd be great. Yeah, a lot of information is going to be in that one.
No kidding. Like, look what just happened here when I had one question, right? Boom. See how your guys' mind were blown? So if you don't know that, like, look into the channel, this channel here a little bit harder. Go see Gray Man and watch what these guys do together, okay? With that, I'm just going to say goodnight all. Stay well and safe. Don't forget to hold up your brother and your sister. Don't ever look anyone down unless you're about to help them up.
Can't hold Sean.
Night, Sean.
Bye, Sean.
Night, Sean. You're loved.
Later.
Night all. Stay well and safe.
Thank you, Survival Prepper.
I have to go on my 5 different channels and just check Courtney's channel now. Are you at 108 yet?
Am I at what?
1,008?
I was, I think, or 1,006 or something like that.
What are you at now, Court?
I think it's at 1,006.
Okay.
Hey, Sue, good to see you. Glad you came
You
in here.
retained a lot.
Yeah, that's good because actually I was really worried you're going to drop off. They must have did it the right way, so it does work if you do it right.
Yeah, I asked people to, when they subscribe, to please just say something on my channel, like something, like it didn't matter. I'm like, you could mute me if you wanted to, but please, just so you stick at least. So I was asking people to do that, and most people did. So.
Yeah, going green. She's saying that I like cilantro, but it started giving me an extremely light sensitive migraines within one bite. See, I never had that. Cilantro needs to be 8 young, and then it doesn't taste like soap. So that's what's always saying.
Oh, okay.
I like I'll have different types of cilantro. I'll have it for the cooking side of thing, but then I also grow it and let it seed out so that I can actually get the seeds for next year. And it also is another seasoning form. You can crush up the seeds, and it's another great one for the Mexican flavor. So, but that's the thing with the wild edibles, guys, is that the stuff doesn't affect me like it could affect you. So that's why the taste testing and the actual tests are so useful, because I've been doing it for so long. My body's used to all of that stuff. And actually, me and Jess were talking the other night about when you are during the wintertime, when you're not eating your fresh vegetables, how your body thrives for it. So like in the summertime, it's just like all you want to do is sit in your garden and eat stuff, because your body's just so wow, this is coming in here. It's a great thing. Hey, Jeff.
Blake was asking Courtney where you're from.
Who? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Sorry, who?
Blake was asking where you're from.
I'm from Northeast Ohio. Yep. But I love growing. Like, my favorite thing to eat is cucumbers. I don't like tomatoes, but I do grow like paste tomatoes and stuff like that for like the sauce, and like I make sauce and stuff out of it. I don't like just to typically like have a tomato sandwich. That is not my thing. However, I will have a cucumber and onion sandwich. That's the
What
bomb.
about a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich?
No lettuce and bacon with mayonnaise. No lettuce and no tomato, just bacon.
What
is the matter with you?
Yeah.
What? I like it's tomato, cucumber, avocado, and a little bit of sweet onion.
So
I like that, but without the onion.
Heaven Essentials just ordered some chaga powder, and I'm going to see pink and purple elephant.
I saw that.
No,
it's hilarious.
You're not.
What Howie said is really interesting, because I'm a migrainer, and he was like, "You're not absorbing the water." So what?
Yeah, I seen that too, and I'm curious. So what do you do to absorb it?
Exactly. Why aren't we absorbing it?
Because I suffer from migraines too.
The problem that a lot of people don't, that if our guts ain't right, a lot of times we're passing our minerals and nutrients right out because our body's not actually absorbing it as fast as what we're putting it in there. One of the great ways to open up your capillaries and get things to get absorbed into your blood vessels is cayenne pepper. So if you guys look at any of your your nutrition drinks and stuff like that, there's cayenne in there. What I was told is that the hotter the pepper is, the more of that extract is in there and allows your capillaries to open up in your body to absorb more of the nutrients and minerals coming in your body. So if you are juicing or you're making drinks and stuff like that, don't be afraid to add a cayenne if you're, especially in juicing, because one cayenne pepper isn't going to make it real hot. Cayenne isn't really that hot to begin with, but you can try that out too, because that actually helps out tremendously.
Yeah, it's actually the capsaicin in hot peppers and you can pretty much eat any hot pepper as long as it has the capsaicin in it. It's supposed to like lower your blood pressure, and everything like that.
It's really funny too, because most people will say that if they eat a hot pepper, they get heartburn. And I eat some of the hottest peppers in the world. I eat the Reapers, I eat the Scorpions, the ghost peppers, all of those hot ones, and I don't have any issue with it. And they're like, well, it's because you got iron gut. I said, no, it's because my guts are right. And that was thanks to apple cider vinegar by straightening things out.
Yeah.
Your dandelion roots, your dandelion tea is going to be a detox for your body. It's a great way to detox your body and get rid of a bunch of garbage. Also.
Yeah, I wanted to do, because I have a major stomach problem. And major things going on, and I wanted to do apple cider vinegar. I just can't get past it. I even tried those they have those apple cider vinegar drinks that you can buy in the store with the mother in them and stuff.
Do you make your own when you're buying it from the store? Make your own. Once you get the mother started, it doesn't take. There's tons of videos on YouTube on how to make apple cider vinegar, and you got the trees. So it tastes so much better. Like ours is 100 times better than Bragg's is as far as taste wise and not being so harsh, because it depends on the apple. It depends on that tree.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about it, edibles itself, because it's constantly changing. That's why your body never gets used to it. You won't become addicted to some of this stuff because it's constantly changing every year. Like if I do pine tea, I do have a couple trees that I actually will go to that are my go-to trees. And I've already went over there and grabbed a whole one, started chewing on a needle. I'm like, oh, this thing is better this year. It was great last year. It all depends on the season, the rain. It all changes.
What pine do you use to make your pine tea?
I like my balsam teas. Dawn likes long needle teas. You just got to look and see which one you like. And the best way to do it is you're looking for the small needles, the new needles.
So can you have any pine tea? Any? Yeah.
Some of them are going to be bitter, and some of them are going to have more of the tannins in them than others.
Okay.
I guess I wouldn't go chew on a red pine, that's for sure, because they're going to be really full of tannins and bitter. Your balsams are going to be like a sweeter. That's my go-to one, especially when I'm doing like out in the woods and I'm out there for 7 days. That's my go-to thing because it loads you up with vitamin C. It's 100 times more vitamin C than an orange.
That's
so
nice.
It's a really good thing to have. But you're going to find out right away just by chewing on it.
Yeah, vitamin C is like super good for you. Like it can like stop arthritis and all. I mean, if you just had vitamin C a lot, it would help with like a lot of like muscle pains and all different kinds of stuff. But
I'll also put you on the toilet too.
How are you gonna? Oh, I know you want to go out now too, Coda. How you want to come up here?
I have this really weird tree. That's why I ask. I have this one tree, and they call it a dinosaur tree, and it's a pine tree, but it loses its pine needles in the wintertime.
Yeah, so I was them too. They turn yellow and fall off.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of tree it is. It was really called a dinosaur tree. Oh.
Yeah, I don't go near that tree.
I want to get a masticating juicer, Howie. I want one of those juicers. I have an old one.
I have one, and I picked it up from a yard sale for $15.
The slow masticating juicer? Yep. I'm so jealous.
What about the ponderosa and this I've never, because I'm not around the ponderosa at all, or the mother ones. So I've got the northern pine. I have the like the Christmas tree, like your spruces, which are bitter. I stay away from them. I have my balsams. Them are the ones that I go to most of the time. and I think it's the white pine is the one that's got 4 or 5 needles coming out of the pouch.
Mhm.
And I go to that one, but like I said, it's all on a taste test. I'll pick the needle and I'll actually bite on it and chew on it, and it'll tell me right away if I'm going to like it or not. Yes, I will come up, Mark. You need a link. It's right above you, Howie. If you go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right by your cucumber, beets, and lemons. Click on that link right there, Howie.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I could, like the one year I think I ate, well, specifically when I was pregnant, I loved cucumbers. Cucumbers are my thing. They've always have been. But when I was pregnant, it was like I could eat cucumbers all day long. Like I just loved them so much. It was insane.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey,
David and Rachel.
Hey.
Rachel's coming too.
He's figuring it out.
I got home and I'm like, okay. Rachel will be here shortly. Here she comes.
Hey, Rachel.
Hello.
Good to see you guys again.
You too.
Hi guys, I'm Carol.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
It's funny when people are new on live streams, they're so shy. I used to be like that.
In my defense, I was asleep.
Oh, did he wake you up?
I was like borderline like conking off, so.
I said, they said to come jump on. I'm like, okay. She's like, what?
All right, guys, here he is. There's the old Howie.
Hey, Howie.
Hey, here's my shirt.
That's one of our jokes that when we
Nice.
remind me to put my lips on.
Represent. Like it, Howie. It's a great shirt.
Well, that's
Yeah.
nice.
That's cool.
I'm giving away a dozen on Earth Day.
Cool.
Melanie, thanks for hopping over. She was over on Courtney's channel. Thanks for coming
Thanks,
in here.
Melanie.
Yay.
So what's
So
it
yeah,
mean now
Howie,
that
there's
we Grinch?
me and Gray are going to do a four-tier podcast of just wild medicinal plants.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Oh,
I'm really into that, but I'm just scared because I'm scared
Green
to
Mom
get the wrong thing or something.
channel name.
Or
Me
take
and
the
Howie
wrong
did it.
thing.
Me and Howie did it a few
Cooking on the
times, and they
farm.
were really good streams.
I don't even know how to send chats in this thing. That's a private chat.
If you guys see that little white bar on the bottom of your screen, it says "Show Chat."
Yeah, we can see the chat. But I'm trying to send messages is only
I
supported.
have no idea how to turn up my volume.
Enjoy the stream. Oh.
So how you been, Howie?
A little rough for wear at times, but I try to learn as much as I can every day about my environment and what's my illness and what I can do to help myself. But it's a bit of a battle at times, and it can be fun if you like learning. So I like learning, so I have a lot of fun.
How do I
But,
Well, the thing was with me is I found out I had a mass in my chest about 6 months ago.
what was the mass? So was it fiber or was it tumor?
Well, it's not tumor. That was a good thing, and it wasn't cancerous. It's just
So it's
what I call
fiber.
what I call fatty mass. They're telling me it wasn't a fatty mass, but I'm like, okay, well, there's only so much things that it can be.
Well, it's either fiber or tumor. That's the only thing it can be. If it's fiber, then that's lymphocytes that have broken off, and that's what's happened with your lymph node. And then there's a tumor, which is formed from a cell's turned to cancer. It's only two things it can be.
As much chaga as I eat, I don't think I could ever have cancer.
Well, chaga is really nice. It's what it does is there's a chemical in it that a cancer cell doesn't like, and it's very toxic to a cancer cell. Cancer cells are clone cells. They clone themselves. So what chaga does, it stops that.
It stops allows in it because what I read and what I learned with my mom.
Chaga is a mushroom, right?
It's a fungus on a birch tree, on an old growth birch. Yeah. Yeah, it's the
It's not like a
flower of the
mushroom.
mycelium. Is what it is. Every time you see a mushroom, that's the flower of the mycelium, the superhighway of nutrient delivery.
It's not like a mushroom like you're thinking. It's hard. It's real. I mean, I've got some that I showed on some of my live streams. The one when I ground it up, it was 12 pounds. So I mean,
It's a conch. It's
yeah,
it's
a
called
big
a
chunk.
conch.
Yeah.
It's called a conch. That's what it's called. Yeah, I've harvested them before for my sister when she had cancer. Yeah.
Jess, your mic's muted.
Go ahead. Sorry, Mark.
I said, Jess, there she goes. She's pooping.
Oh my gosh, you guys and your
Why I'm on camera.
We thank you for not
missed it.
staying on camera though while you were doing that.
You missed it, Holly, because Sean's explanation of that is hilarious. I mean, and people rolling on the floor and still talking about that stream Courtney did.
I know it was epic.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got another doggy here that I got to let out because now this one woke up. Why don't you guys do this all in one time together?
Well, I have the gift for Gabs. So I can take over for a while.
There you go.
No,
Did the Chaga work for your sister, Howie?
well, 20 years
I'm
later, he lived for 20 years. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
guess-
well, she didn't take the chemo or radiation. So,
Wow.
but she passed away 3 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So sorry.
Hey, yeah, I miss her a lot. She was really cool. She was a lot of fun. We were just talking about her today, about this guy that tried robbing her in Chinatown. He had his hand inside her purse. We were reciting the story. And I knew as soon as I turned my head, the guy was going to go for it. So I turned my head back right away, and here he had his hand in there. So I grabbed a watermelon, and I hit him with the watermelon. It just burst all over him, and then he fell down. And then this old Chinese lady came out and was hitting him with lemongrass and stuff, beating him with whatever she had in her hand.
Awesome.
Nice.
The old ladies always know what plants to grab. Lemongrass will cut you good.
Oh yeah.
Well, I knew he was going to go for it because he wasn't buying anything. He looked out of place.
Yeah.
And I knew because he was watching us, I knew he was up to no good because nobody goes around watching people. Well, I do. I'm a people watcher, but I'm not out there to steal. So anyway, as soon as I turned my head, he went for it. But I turned my head back right away, but I set him up for it, And
watermelon's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
So here's one of the this is one of the chaga tinctures I got going right now. So
Oh, nice. Look how dark it is, hey?
Oh, so that's dark.
Did you boil that or did you just let it soak for a long time?
yeah, it's just soaking it in over 100 proof, and then what I'll do is I'll take out the and separate the liquid from the solid, and then we'll do the tea tincture portion of it in the slow cooker. Then you got the double extract.
Yeah.
So then if you get powdered, how much are you usually using in like a tea? Like what
When I
what
do
somebody
like
was saying in chat, Julie said it in
this
chat.
isn't when you're doing a double extract, it's not the tea portion anymore. Because what I'll do is I'll put this in. I'll separate the two, so I have my solids and my liquid, and I measure my liquid, and I'll put that same amount of water in there, and I'll put it in a slow cooker and put it on low, and I'll cook that down until it goes down about on a stick. After 2 hours, and I refill it I'll do that 3 times. And
What
then
does that
that's
say? Oh, serapeptide. I think I've taken that before.
What it does, it takes out extra fiber that's in your retroperitoneal region and that you can't get out, and it builds up fiber. And if your kidney is not working, it's compressed. That's what it's really great for. And I have to wait to finish these chemotherapy treatments and infusions they're giving me at the cancer clinic. I can't wait to just eat this entire bottle. But I'm not allowed to have it while I'm doing these treatments. The hematologist and the oncologist and the GP, everybody's like, no, and even the pharmacist, no, you can't have that because it's from the silkworm. It's the leftover poop. Here we can talk about poop. It's leftover poop from the silkworm.
No.
Yeah, and that's what you're
Did
eating.
you ever-
Or peptase. And what happens is your body goes, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be eating poop.
Hey, Howie, have you ever tried anything
Maybe I
with
never
wild
tried that
lettuce?
before.
Our son used to eat horse poop.
So what are you saying, Mark?
I said, have you ever done anything yet or did any research on the wild lettuce? This is actually a morphine.
Yes, yes, yeah. It's called. It's. You can find it inside a groundsel, and what it was used for was women would rub it just when they were pregnant, just outside their vagina. They would rub it on their leg and then up on their belly, and then when they're having the baby, it wouldn't be so harsh on the woman having the baby. It wasn't so painful. But wild lettuce, yeah, you're quite right. It is a type of morphia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard that they actually people are making tinctures out of it now and using it as a drop liquid.
yeah, yeah. You have to be careful. It's very dangerous, eh?
Is
Well,
it toxic? Because I heard about it for fibro, that and kratom.
Yeah,
Instead
you
of
have to
what
be careful with it.
Yeah,
Very
it's
careful.
one of those things you don't want to play around with.
No, no. The big thing about human beings is to stay clean on the inside. Everybody cleans their outside, but the big thing on the inside is there's two types of plaque. There's soft plaque, and then there's hard plaque. You know how you brush your teeth and it's nice and clean and it's beautiful if you eat an apple or eat strawberries or grapes or eat some lemon. It's all, this feels really nice. Well, you want that on the inside. So what soft plaque is like when people have a heart attack, it's like a pimple on your heart that goes pop, and it's all inside your heart, all that plaque and pus. And then you're going, and you're dead. So that's why they give you CPR compressions to get fresh blood in there. So what happens is if you don't want that soft plaque, you eat pears and apples, which has malic acid and enzymes, which are plaque crushers. So that being said, there's another type of plaque called hard plaque. I'm almost done. If you can remember all this, it goes a long way.
Totally can.
The hard plaque
I didn't know
is
you
a
were going
piece
to
that
test.
breaks off in your veins or your capillaries and blocks, and then you have like an aneurysm or something of that nature, and then you have like a stroke. So what you do is you have to have malic acid and enzymes that are plaque crushers. If you're eating there's an old adage, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Really is. But pears has the most malic acid. When you eat those sour candies and it goes, how sour that
that's
is,
malic.
that's
Yeah,
malic acid.
I remember
So if
that.
you're eating malic acid, like in an apple and pear every day, you'll never have a heart attack or a stroke. But it has to be over a long period of time. You're not just going to eat one apple and forget about it. That doesn't work that way. You have to have an apple a day, every day. And if you can eat an apple with every time you eat food. See, food, when you cook it, is calcification. You don't want calcification. Calcified foods is what brings you the plaque. So you want to eat fresh, live food for the enzymes. Enzymes are for complex molecule building. I know this is a crash course, huh?
Well, Jack LaLanne used to say that, live food, live body. Jack LaLanne was really big on that, and he lived a really long time and looked great.
Yeah, he had a centrifuge juicer, but now we've evolved into a masticating juicer, which has the gears that crush the juice. And that doesn't heat the juice up, because if you heat the juice up with a centrifuge, what happens is it creates sugar, and you don't want sugar. Sugar feeds mold, yeast, and fungus. Because you have all these entities, all these microbes, you have 100 trillion microbes inside your body, right? So you want to feed the good microbes, and you want to starve the bad microbes, especially in keto food. That's what it's all about too. Because when you're feeding yourself low carb, low sugar, what's happening is you're giving your body protein and good fats. So what happens is the mitochondria takes in sugar. Well, if there's no sugar, it goes for carbs. Well, if there's no carbs, it goes for lipids, oils. So that's why ketosis works. So that is ketosis. So the reason why it works so good is humans are meant to have have pork and chicken and fish, but to eat your veggies as well. Humans are not meant to eat calcified packaged food. Packaged food's really bad for you. In Italy, they don't have enriched flour. It's illegal. In the United States, you have enriched flour. So what happens is you get this iron, massive iron amount of iron inside you, or massive amount of thiamine, or whatever they're putting in there. It doesn't matter, riboflavin, whatever they're putting in there.
Yeah.
And all your enzymes are going, what the heck's all this stuff? And then you're just all of a sudden you're at the doc's office and you're 600 pounds overweight. That's why the United States and Canada are the only countries in the world that puts in enrichments in food. And if you go to France, you see all these skinny people. Why? And they eat butter by the pound load. Why? Because they're eating real butter. They're eating real foods. Here in America and Canada, they're all lining up at Tim Hortons, McDonald's, A&W. That stuff is going to kill you over time. It's probably all right to eat it once a month, according to my orthomolecular practitioner that I see. She says, oh, yeah, eat it once a month. And she's right into keto diet. She loves the keto diet, but she also does juicing too. And she actually has Resveratrol delivered to her door every day from Beets, and takes it for her blood pressure to lower it. She went to 279. And this lady's amazing. I learned a lot from her, a ton of things over the past 20 years. I hang out with her. She's my good friend. I can't mention her name because she asked me not to, but I don't mention her name. But I have given it out before until she caught me and told me she was going to do that. And I said, okay, because you can only, if you don't know, you're not doing anything wrong until someone, says something to you. If you don't know,
yeah,
no, accountable, And she's pretty smart. So there's also another orthomolecular practitioner, and they study the makeup of man, the molecules that you're made up of your food. And she has a book that's really cool from Health Canada that shows you all the ingredients. Say they list 15 ingredients. There's 150 more ingredients they don't list. And that's the same with the United States, too.
Oh, hang on a second. I got to say hi. Hat Creek Homestead just came in here. Thanks for coming here. Laura, I put his link in there, or his name.
Oh, good. Yeah, I saw that.
Sorry, I hope I don't yak too much.
No, somebody asked for your link. Somebody, go ahead.
And then somebody asked, where is our survival has wild lettuce on his property. Yep. And Redburns, an apple day does keep the doctor away. It's very true.
I love
Howie's like me. He has a big terminology for that kind of stuff. And it's, hey, Jarvis, good to see you, buddy. Glad you could come in here. Thanks for throwing his link up. Jarvis is one of those guys. If you guys do not have Jarvis, go hit him up. He is a awesome mod. And that cooking on the farm is in here chatting along too. So
there's a lot of cool channels here, hey?
Yeah, totally.
I love checking out cool channels. It's awesome to learn, hey? Because you get that little piece of intelligence that you get puts a whole chain together that you've been trying to figure out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat. I went camping 3 years ago, and I met a soil biologist. I didn't know he was a soil biologist. And I was telling him all about the soil. He goes, hang on a second. He says, you've got one thing wrong. I said, what? He goes, one thing you have wrong. He says, if I tell you what the one thing is, it's going to put it all together for you. And I said, okay. And he told me, because I was telling him about how the nematodes would break down the nitrogen from the nodes that are on the nitrogen fixer radishes and stuff. Yeah. He's like, well, there's one thing you got to remember. He says, there's this super highway of nutrient delivery that they deposited on, and that's transported all underneath the ground. It's amazing. So that one little tiny bit of information can put a lot of knowledge together for you, makes sense. When someone else can see the forest, when you're running around the forest, you don't see it. But they see it because they're way back and they go, hey, there's a tree there that you don't know about and that tree there. So it was really neat meeting him. It was really cool.
Courtney was going to say something before. What were you going to say, Court? Do you remember? It went out the door.
Yeah.
I'm going to house now.
Note for future reference: don't put digging. I should put cooking on the farm on our name.
That's
Okay.
there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of new people in the chat. Go and check them guys out. Obviously, check everybody up here in the panel. Obviously, too, because there's every time me and Howie get together, it's a very interesting live stream because we sit here and do this for hours. We can sit and talk about different things. Which reminds me, I just found out Howie, I was in my old book again, and I did know this, but I forgot about it. Is that if you guys remember World War I, World War II, the German army was kicking butt, and people were trying to figure out how their troops were.
I know this. Go.
And so I'm going in, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, trench rot. Why is trench rot coming into my head? Why is this coming in my head?
Gross.
Skull cap. And then all of a sudden, Vervain came in line. I'm like, oh yeah, now I remember the two of them together. And it was like a bulb clicked in my head, and I'm like,
Fungus killer.
Huh?
Fungus killer.
Fungus killer. So those people that are out there that are looking for that information.
Oh, Jess is gone.
She bounced again.
So yeah, if they're looking for that intel, that's good to talk about it now. But sharing it out, if people share the live stream out, that's really important to help a lot of people. If you share a live stream out.
Yeah. Say that again, Mark, what you said. The two
things.
I
wanted to hear that again.
What I thought.
Back in the day, the German army, all of us were getting like trench rot. We were getting fungi on our feet because of the boots that they were wearing back in the day, and they were wondering how the Germans were going through the same ditches and they weren't getting sick and they weren't getting any of this fungi. That's where gangrene and all this other stuff. Yeah. And the story was that they would put these in their food rations, and what it was skull cap and was vervain. And that's what they would drink in their teas during the time. And that was helping with the fungus and helping to fight off that kind of stuff. So
cool, hey?
Yeah. So is that like an anti-candidiasis then too for like women who struggle with that? Would those be?
I would think so, but those two are very nasty. They're little nasties because they're harsh stuff. You have to be careful with skull cap. Okay. Skull cap is really a harsh herb.
A little goes a long ways.
Exactly.
Okay. So there's more gentle antifungals.
Rub it on your body, and then if it goes red and itchy and painful, don't do it.
Yeah, right here, guys. If you're doing the test, it's always here, and then you rub it on your lips. But yeah, skull cap is. Vervain, a lot of people have a reaction to licorice root too, also because Mama has the issue with licorice root. And
I thought you were going to talk about
cool intel, Mark.
Yeah, it was.
When I use licorice root, I use it as a sweetener, and I was always wondering why after she would have some of the tea, she wasn't feeling real well. I'm like, well, that's odd because it has all the stuff in there. Like I would put red raspberry leaf in there, and I would be putting
that's good for women.
Alfalfa. Yeah, I put alfalfa in there, and then if horse grass or what is it called? Horsetail.
Do you know why she didn't feel well?
It was licorice.
Licorice root spikes your blood pressure immensely. Like it just shoots it through the roof, and you wouldn't feel well. You have to use a little bit.
So then I found out that I substituted that with marshmallow root.
That's a good one.
I love marshmallow.
Yeah, it was fine. So it was, and she loves those teas because I got we got a couple mood teas that actually have hemp in there, and they have some of the other stuff in there, which are really good to mellow you down, anxiety, stress, all that stuff. But yeah, if you're having a reaction, just like Howie's doing is you can test it all right here.
Well, Going Green Mom was asking you where it was, Mark, and I'm just going like this.
Yeah, right here. It's on your forearm. Underneath your wrist is a real tender spot. You can try it out.
That's a Boy Scout rule for when you need some toilet paper from the bush. You don't go ahead and just wipe your sphincter. You rub it here first because you have membranes in your sphincter. And boy, if it's poison hemlock or poison oak or something, you're going to want your mama in a big hurry.
The best thing that I ever did, Howie, is I was out in the woods and I saw a bunch of wood nettle, and I get people all the time because I'll roll it up like an envelope and I'll start eating it, and they're looking at me like, you are totally crazy, you lost your mind. And then I rolled one up and I gave it to them, and they're like, that is so good. I said, it's really healthy for you too. But the question with wood nettle is you can't pick it when it's really tall because it has a substance like fiberglass in there, so it'll tear your insides up. So you want to get it. The old trick and the old saying is below the knee. And since I'm 6'5", below my knee is like that don't work for me, so I just get it by the thigh and somewhere when it's really young. But we go and harvest wood nettle all the time, and it makes it. If you look at a lot of your teas, like if you buy those expensive teas and stuff, you'll see that wood nettle or nettle is in there. One of the main ingredients.
Nettle is blood sugar.
About valerian root because I'm starting a bunch of that.
Hat Creek Homestead was asking about the diabetes, what herbs to use. The number one that I have encountered, believe it or not, is cinnamon. Put a cinnamon stick in your mouth and just leave it there 24/7. And what you want to do is you want to slow down the sugar burn. So the number one thing to do is don't eat sugar, obviously. At number two, lower your carb intake. And number three is become a keto lover.
Nomadic Rat Trap or Rat Pack, thank you so much for joining the homestead. And yes, please come back. We are always here. Oh,
wait.
Sunchoke, sunchokes too. It's called inulin. It's a soluble fiber that grabs the sugar, and you can poop. Hey, we can talk about poop. You can poop.
You better go easy on sunchokes. Tell them, Howie.
Well, sunchokes, you have to go easy unless you almost have to be a chef to prepare sunchokes. Okay. So what happens is the sunchoke has a gas in there. It's best harvesting them after 2 to 3 weeks of coldness. Now, if you don't have that, get your pressure cooker out. When you pressure cook it, you're pushing the gas out. And be careful, don't smoke around there. and so another thing is the sunchoke has inulin. You can buy inulin. I know guys that I've set up with acres of sunchokes, and they're making a $6-figure dollar now. And I would, like 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I'd drop off like 200 or 300 pounds of sunchokes from my little half-acre food forest, and they're phoning me up. How about we just give you some cash? I'm like, I don't want any cash. Well, how about free veggies the rest of your life? I said, well, I've got all that too, but this year I was too ill to grow my ground crops, so this year I had more veggies delivered here than I could ever use. So I hooked them up with the food bank, and I said in excess goes there. So I have a guy that comes and now picks up from all the extra farms that they would have given it to me anyway, and it goes to a food bank. And then on April 22nd, when I have my live stream, I'm going to be out taking donations for the Living Edge. They need a new vehicle for delivering the veggies from all our food forests and farms. So we'll have a link in there if people donate like $1 or $2 to the Living Edge and say that it's for the new vehicle, because their vehicles are kind of junky and my friends are tired of fixing them. We have 9. Sorry, go ahead.
Hang on, Jess. Thanks for coming in. She's saying night to all you guys. Fishes, food.
I thought that was
And then Nicholas, good to see you, buddy. Glad you came in. Nicholas Green Outdoors is in here now. Who else just popped in?
Hi, Nicholas.
Nick's around too. He's one of those.
He's a great kid.
Yeah, he's a great kid with a lot of knowledge of bushcraft. So, guys, if you want to go check out Nicholas Green Outdoors, and that check mark means that he's over 100,000 subscribers. If I remember right, Nick's around 4 or 5.
He's over 400,000.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's a bigger one. So.
Yeah, he visits small channels. He's cool.
Hey, Nick, if you're at your computer, I'll throw a link in here. You can hop up here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he goes to Sty North's channel. That's where I met him at.
Yeah, he used to come with me and Tyler. He'd come into me and Tyler's chat.
Can you answer Courtney, Mark? Because that's a really good herb, because I want to know about it. Valerian. She had mentioned she's
I'm growing a bunch of it.
Valerian root is actually it's a good root. Why they chose to put skullcap on top of it, because it amplifies the valerian root. That's what they found out about it. Valerian root by itself is a great herb if you're going to be growing it and harvesting it. It's a great one to put in a tea. It's a lot of these herbs that are there's the basic herbs like dandelion root. You've got nettle. You've got raspberry. Those are what we would call a common. Now, when you get into the valerian root, you get into the skullcap, you get into all these other ones. They're not so common, and you really want to do your research. You really want to do your taste test because you can have bad side effects from those. So you got to make sure that your body is
Somebody told me that you could hallucinate with valerian roots. So you have to be careful.
Yeah, and these are these kind of herbs you're talking about here. You only want to go for 7 days, and then you want to shut off for a week, and then you want to go back to your 7 days. You don't want to take these things constantly because these are higher end herbs. And
Well, they're volatile alkaloids, is what it is.
And these are the ones like the herbologists, or what do you call them, people, Howie, that actually mix teas and stuff up? What's the technical name for them guys?
Infusion?
No, the people who do it, the herbologists.
Oh, herbologists. Yeah, they actually have that knowledge that you have to be very careful with those kinds of
herbalists.
Yeah, herbalist.
Totally. Yeah.
Is St. John's wort that too? Is it a higher level herb? St. John's wort.
You have to be really careful though. You take a bunch of that and you can get sunburnt really easily.
Yeah, photosensitive. Yeah. A lot of things can do that to you, actually. Mm-hmm. Quite a few. A lot of medications do that.
Yeah.
Really, when you get into that stuff, a great place to go and get some information is called Mountain Rose Herbs. Because they have a breakdown of that herb that you're looking at. You can get valerian, you can get skullcap, you can get St. John's wort, you can get all of those specialties, and it breaks it down for you and tells you exactly what it's for. Exactly. It doesn't give you the doses, which is kind of nervous. I learned from trial and error. So just be careful of that. And like I always say is, every herb is going to affect someone differently. Me and Howie, because we've been doing it so long, can take probably a lot more. And
50 years I've been doing it.
Yeah. It doesn't affect us like it would you. So you got to be really careful with that kind of stuff.
I did a lot of horehound infused honeys last year. And I gave a lot of horehound infused honey with my husband this year because he works directly with what's going on right now. He touches it and everything. So I've been giving, like, anytime he would come home just like sick or anything, I would give him.
Here's another good one for that and we found this out this year, and it's called Master Tonic. And Master Tonic is one of those wonderful things that it's got the turmeric in it, it has horseradish root in it, it's got garlic in it, it has onion in it, and it's got the hottest pepper that we can handle, and it's made with our own apple cider vinegar, and it's just like a normal tincture, and you let it sit outside. If you guys got a flu coming on, you're not feeling well, just take that 3-4 times a day.
It's like a fire cider then?
Kind of like a fire cider, but it's called, the technical name for it was Master Tonic, and then I think after YouTube got a hold of it, they changed it around and they changed the wording of it, but it's the same kind of concept.
Yeah.
And if with what was going on, I found out that I was able to stay a lot healthier because I was taking the Master Tonic every day, and it was allowing us to fight a lot of the germs and stuff off. The other thing, Howie, that we were talking about the other day that I wanted to touch on was if you were just talking about the Frenchies and the whole idea behind the natural Concord grape wine because of how the stomach issue. So if you guys feel like you're getting a stomach flu or something like that, that's what they used to take. And I was always wondering, why did they drink wine every day at meals? And I'm like, I got to do some research on it. And it was amazing the stuff that you found out about it, because it not only is a healthy thing to do, it helps to with an upset stomach, and there's the benefits from that kind of wine is really good for you. So there's another thing for you guys in the chat.
Anthocyanins, that's what's in there. It's that red color, that purple color, that stops free radical damage, the corrosive against your cell membrane walls from opening and closing. It performs well. It cleans that area.
But you can pretty much find that in any purple vegetable, right? The anthocyanins.
Blueberries, grapes, anything blue.
Yeah, I'm growing blue potatoes for the first time this year.
That'll do it. The big thing I learned yesterday was on Dr. Berg's channel. I don't know if you know Dr. Berg.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Anyway, he was talking about World War I and how for 4 years all the men were eating out of a can, and there's no enzymes. There's no enzymes.
Yeah.
So what happens is there's no complex molecule building, so there's no immunity. All of a sudden, there's the Spanish flu. Well, look at today. Everybody's eating out at all the different restaurants, and it's the same ideology. What do you have? Coronavirus.
Yeah.
I actually
Something
really
or
need to. Evan asked me if I made a video on the Master Tonic. No, I don't. I need to do that.
Yeah, get on it, Mark.
I usually make that in the summertime, and then what I'll do is because I got to get the horseradish root is okay, but I got to wait till my garlic comes up, so I got enough of my garlic going.
Dude, my garlic just from the store is doing so good right now. I was just surprised because I don't know what kind it is. I just we got it from the store. I put it in the ground, and it is like.
Did you ever see that
separated
video?
the cloves off and planted them when, Courtney, up there?
It was like the beginning of March we planted them.
Okay. Did you ever watch Howie's video when he's cleaning up all his garlic and he's got it laying all over his table?
No.
You want to talk about a huge pile of garlic.
So jealous.
I love garlic.
Me too.
I love garlic too. It's the most powerful antivirus, antifungal, and antibacterial. But don't cook it and leave it to go brown. There's allicin. When it goes brown, that's the time you want to eat it. That's what you want. There's a chemical in there called allicin, and that's when you eat it. That's when you want it raw. Yeah. And
actually, red burning. When me and Howie get on here, it's a wealth of knowledge, and I'm glad you guys are still in here. We're holding 24, which is awesome, and we got Fishes up here. She's putting stuff in there. We got Courtney. She's putting stuff in here, so it's awesome. But right now, what I want to do is I told you guys I was going to do that. Dave and Rachel, they are from. Why don't you go and describe your channel and what your stuff is about? You guys are all new to YouTube.
Yeah, I'm still learning a lot of stuff here. So.
They're being so nice and quiet. Such a good.
Nice and quiet, eh?
We're gonna put them up on a big screen so that they can tell it themselves.
Spotlight them. There we go. Wrong guy.
Don't push our heads.
So do you want to tell us about your show here?
So right now we're doing a lot of mostly cooking, keto.
You guys, can you turn up your? You guys turn up your microphone or something.
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So mostly we do a lot of cooking, a lot of keto. I have some other stuff coming out, like I did. A natural deodorant, a natural cleaner.
These are coming up.
Nice.
Yeah, are coming up. I don't know. As of right now, we have 5 episodes out.
Six.
Oh, sorry, 6.
That's still good. I have 6, and I've been doing it longer, so that's great.
Fantastic.
So we're just getting started.
We have a really special episode coming out on hopefully Thursday.
It's an Easter cookie. So it's not keto.
That one's not keto.
At all. But yeah, we try to keep it as easy, easy mom cooking, I guess what I'm
from the farm.
Yeah, it's using simple ingredients to make really good food, is my idea behind it, and just kind of dump and go. Crockpot meals is another one that I'm really getting into. I have a lot of recipes that I do, and I just got to get them on film and get them out. So I do a lot of.
That deodorant video would be interesting because I actually do the homemade laundry detergent now.
That was another one we were talking about doing.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I actually really enjoy that. Yeah.
And I use all natural deodorant. It's taken me a while to find one because they kept putting baking soda in all of them, and I would get horrid rashes underneath my arms. Horrible.
I had the same problem, and it was the essential oils in them. So I made one without the essential oil with the baking soda, and I don't have a problem. And I found out that they were using a knockoff essential oil, I guess. I don't know. Maybe
were you using the Schmidt's brand? Was it that essential oil in that brand? It's like they do a bergamot lime. Not to just, but they're one of those major brands that's out there. Because what I had read about it wasn't the essential oil for me. Because I use a lot of essential oils. I'm careful about them.
Right.
For me, it was the baking soda, because the baking soda will change your pH really quickly on your skin.
Nice.
And for me, yeah, and I'm just really sensitive to pH changes. That's my body.
Right.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I was buying one, and it had essential oils in it and baking soda, and then I think it was coconut oil. And it was like 3 ingredients, and I'm like, oh, this is very simple. I was nursing.
Yeah.
I didn't want a lot of extra stuff because normally I was using a lemon. I just cut a slice of lemon, and it worked. It really
Wow.
did.
So you're not pH sensitive at all then. That would I would be a rash.
Right. Well, then
Courtney would probably be a rash from straight lemon juice under the armpit.
right, well, I did for a while because it detoxed my pit, and that was horrible.
Be like, ah!
Yeah, well, you know what? I tried all those natural deodorants, and they never worked for me. I got one from Azure, and it's supposed to be cracked pepper and something. And I loved the way it smelled. It smelled wonderful.
Yeah.
But I would, like, at the end of the day, I'd end up smelling like a BO, you know.
Yeah.
Very
I
nice.
found one that keeps me dry, and it already smells like butthole to start with. So who wants to rub something that smells like
Straight up there, loaves and fishes or fishes.
So guys, I just put Dave and Rachel's link in there, so it's underneath mine, Cooking on the Farm. So there you guys have. So I know you guys were asking in the chat.
But that's good about removing the essential oils, like you were saying, Rachel, because some people can't handle them. They're very, very strong.
And so I've added them in slowly. And when I did my recipe, I said you can do it without any essential oil, or if you want to add a little in. And we have mine has beeswax in it too, which I think
Essential oils make your organs and muscles elastic. So and your skin elastic. So what that means, it won't crack. So it's very important to have like limonene. It's extremely important because you never get it. So when you get an organic lemon, eat just a little bit of the peel, not just the lemon inside. If you want real essential oils, that's what it's for. It's like collagen. You must have it for your heart to go like this. You have to have essential oils. Or it'll just crack, and that's not so good. But if you look at two places, there's 2 places in the world that pump out centurions, people that live a century. One is Japan, the other is Sardinia, Italy. So what do they eat?
Garlic, potatoes, and wine.
Fish, lots of fish oil,
lots of garlic.
Oil.
What they eat is fresh, whole food.
Oh,
and they love life. You see, they have a lot of love. They don't have high cortisol levels. They don't have stress. You go to Sardinia, Italy, people are dancing, they're having fun, their vibrations at 528. You go to Japan, people are learning, people are playing on a harp, people are they're enjoying life. You go to other countries and I got to pay the mortgage. I got to get the kids to the soccer game. Oh, I got to drive the car. I got to do this. Uncle Bob's got AIDS. Blah 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 blah. It's just crazy. Yeah. Slow down. Pretend you're a sloth. Don't go faster than a snail, and keep up to a tortoise. And that's you'll make out just perfect. But there's 2 places in the world that has sent people that live a century. And that's Sardinia, Italy. So study the love and the food of Sardinia, Italy. And Japan, study the food and love of Japan. And you will live to be 100.
All right, guys. So I used to do this before. Oh, now my screen's going to go all goofy. All right, anyway. So come on, straighten out.
What did you do?
Wow,
falling in a hole.
Oh.
What happened? You lost it.
Yeah, it didn't take time. But anyway, guys, we're going to do this really quick before the screen goes ballistic because I'm not using my StreamYard. So everybody, I'm going to highlight certain channels. So this is going to be Cooking on the Farm channel. We put the link in the chat. We're going to try this real quick again before it goes ballistic. So you guys can see it. There it is. You guys go check.
I love your chicken, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He is awesome. Thank you.
And when I was on there before, she had I said 25, and now it says 45. I don't know which.
Yeah, I just subbed her. It says 47 on my phone.
All right, so there we go. We have that one, and then of course I can't forget my Gray Man, my buddy.
Hey, yeah.
Go and check out Gray Man, and show him some love. He's the other channel that I'll be on a lot of. So go and check out these channels, and if you like what you see, go leave a comment and see how it's working. Cool. So guys, if you can get her up to 50, what do I got on my chat right now? 25. That'd be great.
And she's the one usually on the camera. I'm the one behind. So.
Keep going, guys. She's almost there.
Show her love. Show her love.
Show her love. Howie, I think it was Laura said she wished you were her neighbor.
Oh, Howie would be a great neighbor, wouldn't he?
I know, right?
No, it wouldn't be it'd be a problem because I'd be in his food forest eating all the time, so that'd probably be a bad idea. So let's refresh. What do you guys got? We got 49. Almost there.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. One thing I just thought about, you're talking about the diabetes. When I was pregnant, I had diabetes really bad. I mean, they put me on insulin and everything like 3 times a day. And I was like praying, I'm like, Lord, I don't want to take this. But,
52.
All that.
You guys are awesome.
52, thank you.
Wow, thank you so much.
Guys, my mods in the chat there, if you can keep and just blast their link all the way through, that would be great. If you could do that for them.
So my mom found that if you get essential oil that's dillweed and put 3 drops on the bottom of your foot every night before bed, it'll drop your blood sugar.
What is it called? I'm writing this down.
Dillweed.
Dillweed oil.
Essential oil, yeah.
Yeah.
It smells. You'll smell like a pickle, which I love. It's okay.
If you want the best cleanse, chop up 2 onions, put them in a plastic bag, chop up 2 more onions, put it in a plastic bag, and put it on your feet all night, and it'll pull out all the toxins. When Jesus said to wash your feet, there was a reason for that, because all the toxins go to your feet, you see. Yep. And you want to pull that out. Always wash your feet every day. And if you can, take a hair dryer and blow dry on high heat on your feet. And this will stop all the fungal. You see.
What's the story behind the onion? Cut an onion in half and put it on your feet and your sock.
Yeah, the onion has the ability to pull out toxins, and toxins like that are even antigens, and pull them out, and metals and bacteria, and pull it all out, and it actually goes into the onion piece. Yeah. And then you take it out. You don't do this every day or anything. You just do this like once every couple months. You don't do it all the time because it's so powerful.
Cleanse your room of your husband.
You'll actually have clearer thinking. You'll actually think clearer because you're not toxic.
You can also do it with
Courtney, did you get that? Onion a month, clearer thinking.
Yeah, no, seriously. Well,
he's picking on you.
Yeah, I have funky brain. It's because of the specific medication I am on, but I do have foggy brain. And so it's very hard for me sometimes to think correctly or whatever.
The big thing to remember about a human being, they vibrate at 528 hertz, okay? So what that means is that when you eat organic foods, you're getting the right vibration. So when you go to the beach, you're like, oh, I'm at the beach, or I just had a shower, and I'm going, oh, I had a shower. That's called negative ions.
Yep.
And your biorhythm absolutely has to have them, or you're going to have foggy brain.
Mm-hmm.
When you smell the rain, go, and you smell that rain, that's negative ions.
Yeah.
When you smell snow, that's negative ions.
Yeah.
And the human being absolutely has to have it, because then you're at 528. Look up Royal Rife, and he's the guy that showed to kill cancer cells with
we have a Rife machine.
Yeah. And when I first heard about him, I thought, what a quack, right? So then I started researching a bit, and I'm like, wow. And this is like before the internet come along. You had to go and use a microfiche. You had to look up encyclopedias, libraries, dictionaries. There's no Google Goggle stuff. There was no YouTube. You had to really do a research work. I mean, you had to talk to people. You had to get out there and beat the street, man. Now it's just hit Google and ask whatever you want. I mean, everybody has it so easy. They don't use artificial intelligence to their advantage. A friend of mine just came over and they're trying to buy a house up island because they want to get out of the city. And they're going with the MLS, multiple listing service. I said, well, that's your problem right there. You're not using artificial intelligence. You're going with human intelligence, and they're going to rip it off. So I took him, I said, look at all the houses. I went, cheap houses in Port Alberni. And all these houses came up for $200,000, $100,000. And he was looking at spending $1 million because he went to MLS. So when you ask artificial intelligence what you want, like, oh, good vibration from celery, it'll come up and say, oh, yeah, eat organic celery. Because celery, it's a water lover, and it'll pull up toxins, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff comes out. One time it took me a month to learn what I learned in 5 minutes.
On Google.
On Google. Yeah.
Hey, I want to say, guys, thank you so much. We got Cooking on the Farm. They are sitting at 54 on my YouTube. So that is awesome, guys. Thank you so much for doing that. And Jeep Girl, you had that wrench a long time ago, but I just saw what you said. You're not a wench, it's a wrench.
That was pretty funny. I was reading that.
I was trying not to laugh.
I must go though. I have to leave. I have a friend here. So Mark, thank you kindly for having me up here.
Hey,
that was very good of you. Fishes and loaves. It's cool to see you.
You
very
too,
cool.
Juan.
Courtney, peace out. No more foggy brain. Smell the rain. And David and Rachel, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I'm going to go and subscribe to your channel and check out your channel. God bless everybody.
Take care, buddy.
See you, Mark. Mark, thank you kindly again for having me here.
Hey, you're always very welcome, good of you. Always welcome.
Yeah, such a pleasure.
Much love, mad respect.
Take care, my friend.
I got a lot of notes. I need a bigger paper next time.
Why do you think I got a 20,000 page notebook?
See, I'm like, I got nothing here. I'm sitting at a computer and there's no paper. Except for another thing, like you were talking about the onion, you can use crushed garlic, mix it with olive oil, put it on your foot in a sock, and it will clear out your lungs if you've got some like extra mucus. That's what I do for my kids when they have colds and things like that. It really works. Like overnight, like they'll go to bed.
We use that already because one of our boys had acne issues, and we put that on his one of the big old nasties that he had that he couldn't get rid of, and that actually sucked that thing out and cleaned it right up. I was impressed.
Wow,
it's amazing. We use it as bug repellent too.
You guys were awesome. It's already 1 in quarter after 1 in the morning.
Oh, I didn't even realize what time it was.
I know, me either.
It's only 11 o'clock.
Here.
I just got home from work. So
it's always that way when we're on here, especially when you get Howie and you get in a topic and you just want to keep on it going. But Courtney has had me up the last weekend, or last week until like 4 in the morning, and I got to hit and catch up on some sleep.
I completely wore Mark out this already. 4 in the morning there.
Oh my goodness!
I missed that one. I think. Did I miss? Yeah, I missed that one. Oh, so for the other one, I think I missed the 4.
If you guys have not seen the one with Sean, Courtney, you got to change the thumbnail so that you can get Sean on there. You guys have to go watch that live stream, and you can fast forward till Sean gets in.
You don't think he would mind if I put his face on there, or just put his name?
If you ask him, it's fine.
Okay.
I want to thank everybody in the chat and for coming in tonight and joining us on this, and we'll be having a lot more in the near future.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you so much.
Glad to have everybody up here. So you guys, all the best. Heavens, you take care. Richard Gray, hey, sorry, we're just about leaving. Emily, Howie, Red Burning, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Homestead. That is awesome. I'll have to make some special little intros for doing that. That is great. Thank you for being a part of that. If you guys do want to join the Homestead and get some special one-on-ones, you just hit that join button down below. That's up to you. I want to thank everybody for coming in here tonight and spending time with us. And you guys all take care. God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.